Is it working? I can only presume. Because that's the thing with recording from my Switch. I always have to sit at a weird angle because the computer is 90 degrees away from the console. I just need to do a little bit of self-promo, and then I shall commit to playing the game. With a B. Where does the B go? That's up to you to decide. Right then, if I hop into the tube and then okay, I think things are existent, which is lovely. Hello there.
Surprise!
I have a guest, and the guest is capable of introducing herself because I don't want to impose.
Oh gosh, I'm going to have to mute the stream because I keep hearing my voice a few seconds after I say things, and it just sounds really awkward. Can I still hear the stream when I've muted this? Can I still hear the voice chat when I've muted the stream?
Yeah, if you mute the live stream itself, you can still hear us through Discord, or so I would assume.
Yeah, it works. It's just you went quiet for a few moments, so unfortunately I can't listen to the music.
That's okay. I couldn't until I watched the stream back last time, anyway.
I wonder if anyone who from my server will watch this, because there are only like 6 people active in my server, and most of them aren't into Pokemon.
And
Hello.
Alex is also here.
Alex. I thought Alex was Heather for a moment because of the audio quality.
What? Is that a compliment?
No, I meant it because of the audio quality. I couldn't make out who it was.
Oh, right. It's not just, oh, you must be Heather because your audio is terrible.
No, it's more like I couldn't recognise the voice properly. I'm digging myself into a hole. I do this a lot. And this is also, anyone watching, this is my first time ever talking to Tessellating Hexagons on a voice chat. Last time I did a talk to someone on a voice chat during a stream was in my art stream with Fabulous Fish that only 2 people watched. And I'd already spoken to him before.
So,
because in voice chats in private. And also, I might and also if I win a competition, then I might end up on an episode of his Tomodachi Life Let's Play. So that's a thing.
They made a game out of Tamagotchis? That's so weird.
Oh, there's Heather.
Did somebody mention bad mic quality? Hi, how's it going?
Oh, mic quality's not bad.
And also, for the sake of full disclosure, 2 things. First of all, Laura is also in the call, but I don't have enough room in the commentary box because just because the way I handle it in OBS, just Indigo and Laura sort of take up the same slot. So they are both here.
That's fine.
And also, I need to do a bit of typo correction on Caesar's name because I forgot that Romanian Caesar, he spelled it with a Z. So I just need to put a Z.
Good job.
And because you have a Slowpoke here, I might as well say that Galarian Slowbro might be my favourite Gen 8 Pokemon because I haven't actually played this game because all the outrage kind of turned me off it. But I have been playing a lot of Pokemon Showdown recently, and I keep putting Galarian Slowbro on my teams, and Aromatisse, and also I like... What other Pokemon? I've forgotten what. And also I keep putting like Vaporeon on my teams as well. And Blisty.
Appleton.
I haven't actually used that yet. And speaking of which, I was thinking the other day about how, to be honest, a lot of Gen 8 Pokemon, Gen 6 Pokemon, kind of blend together, because it just feels like some of them only exist to tick off a checklist, like, oh, here's the 3-stage Caterpillar to Butterfly Pokemon.
Normal flying,
which are literally the only...
normal flying.
Oh yeah, and that, but at least that one evolves into a fire type, so that's cool. And now did you know that? And did you know that Talonflame has dropped down into the lowest tier on Smogon now? Look upon me, mighty in despair.
Despair?
Yeah, if you don't know, Pokemon Showdown is basically Smogon's battle simulator. It's like playing a Pokemon game, but all you do is, you can basically make teams like with maxed out EVs and stuff like that.
Without having to put in all that work.
Yeah.
Since when is Piloswine so tiny?
The last last main series Pokemon. Oh yeah, I've been watching a lot of Kingdom's high quality animations videos recently. And he's actually seems to have calmed down a lot now, because now instead of just complaining about people defending everything, he's actually doing like very seriously analytical. Like, he made a video about the best animations of Pokemon starting from X and Y. Like, one of them was Hitmontop, because it's doing an actual move in the martial art it's based on, which I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. Something like Capoeira, because that's what its Japanese is based on. I'll look it up on Wikipedia.
Capoeira. It's a Brazilian something or another. It's really fun. It's basically a bunch of people who were under indentured servitude to a bunch of, I'm assuming, European colonizers, all started practicing a quote dance in order to get around the we're not practicing fighting, we're just dancing. And then, it's kind of like how they use nunchucks. Nunchucks originally came from harvesting wheat.
Nunchucks? You can only use them at 12 p.m.
One of my favourite animations in like Pokemon X and Y onwards is Porygon 2's, because they remembered to include the whole drinking bird thing that he did in Pokédex 3D Pro. I also briefly wondered the other day why they didn't just use the 3D Pro models in X and Y, but maybe they had too many polygons to perform properly on the 3DS when in doing anything other than just standing in a void, basically.
I guess it's like a rigging thing. Like, they would have to build skeletons for all those, and it was easier to get the plump, round, cartoony looks for all of them to be more consistent.
Yeah, and to be honest, it just kind of bothers me that the environments are more detailed and the Pokemon are just like really flat. Like, obviously, I'm not expecting them to be uber detailed, but like, what's it called? Like, Pokemon Tournament, even though I've barely played it, struck a balance between making Pokemon look more realistic without making them look like Flanimals. If any of you have ever heard of that.
I know Flanimals. Or at least I've read like 2.5 of the books at least.
Oh, I've read 2 of the books because my uncle and auntie had them at one point. And if you don't know, Flanimals is this series of books which have these like drawings of these weird, grotesque creatures.
And they have names, and their names are names.
And like there was this like one that was
like the halfway point of Animorphs.
Like there was this one species that was inside out and kept exploding.
And the Plumglottis, where it doesn't have any legs, so it has to swallow its hands to walk around on its fingers to find food. But then when it finds food, it can't eat it because its mouth's full of hands.
And who decided to write a horror series about this again? It's horrifying. You can make like a monster movie series based on that.
And also there's the Puddlerflage, which it looks really chonky, but it's actually just mostly water, so there's another species that throws them around like water balloons.
Also, Joff just joined the voice chat.
Howdy.
Hello.
Hey! I haven't had Joff in ages.
Everyone is here.
I forgot what they sounded like and just filled in the blanks with Laura, Europe's Galahad.
Hello.
Yeah.
And Hearty in the chat, would you believe that I forgot that both that acid was an attacking move at all, and also that it was poison's good on grass? Because I'm just eggs on toast until Sunday.
I didn't know poison was good against grass.
We swear he's good at video games.
Has been.
When did we swear that, Alex?
I remember when I first played, I've got a lot of things I want to talk about. First of all, the last main series Pokemon game I actually bought was Sun, because every game after that just turned me off for one reason or another. Like, I thought Ultra Sun and Moon were a bit of a cash grab. Let's Go was babyish, to be honest. And Sword and Shield, I was just initially interested in them, and then I got turned off by all the drama about how supporting bad games makes the IP worse. But I did buy TeaLBiTZ, so that's something.
I think the first Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Crystal, back when I was a young boy. But I've kind of gotten every Pokemon game since, and it's honestly kind of more of a commitment thing, because the only Pokemon games I've beaten really are Pokemon Y and Pokemon Omega Ruby, and those two are pretty much or just because they're part of like the easiest generation.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
When I was a kid, I absolutely struggled through Pokemon Diamond, but I never gave up. But I got bored of both Pokemon White and Soul Silver as I reached by the time I reached the League. It's really weird. I think it's because Pokemon Diamond gave me this sense of accomplishment. And then Pokemon White 2 was one of the games that made me good at video games. In between Phantom Hourglass and Skyward Sword.
We stand.
Yeah, there's stuff.
Carry on.
Oh, sorry. Just like there's definitely. I don't know, like at least with some of the games, there's a little bit of like a curve sometimes where it feels like there's a little bit less of like the fun story stuff and more of like a gauntlet of getting through some caves and like and the League and everything, and that's that can definitely be like a little bit harder to get through. Personally, my first game actually was Black version, and then I think I have like one from each of the series after that.
Live represent.
Yeah.
Also, I've noticed that another thing I say is that Pokemon is like way more complex than like most Nintendo games, because most of them, like, you see reviews praising them for being really simple, like Kirby, for example. But then Pokemon, you have like a type chart that takes ages to memorize. You've got lots of multiplication and division based mechanics. You've got lots of basically just Pokemon is a game which has way more going on than most kids' games. Like, I remember when I first played Pokemon Diamond, I did a lot of experimentations. Like, I thought Bidoof was ground type because it was brown, and I thought Poison was super effective against water, and I thought that since ground was immune to electric and super effective against it, I thought the same applied to all immunity pairs like normal and ghost. So I tried using a ghost type on a normal type, and it had no effect.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the type effectiveness is something that's pretty difficult to keep in mind, especially since they add the fairy type.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, my two things are, I used to think that Spinder was fire type because it's got red on
orange.
it, and also... this is Steelix! Don't mind me. They have the plates! Sorry, I saw some Bronzors, and I enjoy. What was I saying? I've completely gone blank.
Stupid things you forgot about you thought about Pokemon when you were little.
Oh yeah,
Spin to fire type.
And to this day, I still I know very little about fairy type. I know that it's good against dragons, and it has some kind of relationship with fire, but I don't know what.
I think
Fire
it doesn't interact with fire at all.
Fire
I know that it's. I know it's good against fighting because it used to like just be, I think, psychic and flying, and now fairy is also good against fighting. And I think it like balances out some of psychic's weaknesses too. Like some of the stuff that is powerful against psychic, fairy type is good against, like possibly dark and bug. I'm not entirely 100% sure.
I wonder if Super Alex 642 or whatever, was it 641 or 2, found this stream through my channel because he's like one of the 6 people who's active. I thought you were. I got you confused with Alex 47.
We know too many people who are the same person.
Anyway, but that kind of goes back quite to the sound about the fairy type, because like fairy was treated as novelty in Gen 6 because like they just slapped it onto every Pokemon that was remotely cute, even if it made no sense, like with Dead NA or the Marital line. And then like and as for like actual Generation 6 Pokemon, there were 3 different fully evolved fairy types with very similar stat distributions. That is high HP, special attack, and special defense, and middle of the road everything else. And they just all kind of blend together. Like Sylveon, Aromatisse, and Florges, which are the 3 I was hinting at, all like have very similar move pools, very similar. Actually, they don't have very similar abilities because 2 of them have abilities that only work in double battles. And one, okay, you know what I mean. Like generation, like. But anyway, now what I mean is that now fairy kind of feels more like it's integrated into the world and as if it's always been there. Because I was thinking the other day about how well designed a lot of Gen 8 Pokemon actually are, because like, especially the regional variants, because to be honest, a lot of the Gen 8 6 ones, Gen 7 ones I'll get eventually are inspired like Vulpix, the Alolan Vulpix barely looks different from the original. It's just, and they just like did the whole make it the opposite of what its type is, which, I mean, I like it. I used it on my first playthrough, and Aurora Veil is a really good move, but it still just kind of felt like the design wasn't that not much thought put into it. But then in like Gen 8, you've got Galarian Slowbro, which has an arm cannon, and that's awesome.
I'm sorry, I was too busy making curry to pay any attention to that, and for that I apologise. Also, Hurty, how is the voice balancing now, by the way? Because I want to make sure that I'm not too quiet. Because, like, I know I'm not going to have much to say because there are other people here who have more things to say than me, but also, like, volume-wise, is everything okay? I do worry. Also, I made curry. Also, canon?
Beautiful curry.
Am I too loud?
I think it's more that just I'm just quiet in life.
Yeah, you're all like good, similar volume, at least in the voice chat. So I don't think like anyone's specifically too loud, but unless it's Tess's volume balancing, but that we wouldn't know unless someone says.
Anyway, to continue my fairy type rant, I also just remembered in Loxton and Noggin's video where he explains why every fairy type Pokemon is fairy type. He says a lot of them are just fairy type because it's the pink type, like Aromatisse, Slurpuff, Sylveon. They don't really have much to do with fairies beyond being pink. I mean, Florges is really the only fairy type introduced in Gen 6. But then, like in Gen 8, in Gen 7, you get fairy types that are like basically minor deities, and a bee fly, which also
like
has
mythology.
Fairy.
Mythology
things
figures.
Like that. And what other fairy types in Gen 8? Alolan Ninetales, even though I just said the design's not really that inspired, it's also based on a mythical creature, so that's the thing. Although by that reasoning, shouldn't the original Ninetales be fairy type? Whatever.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was, frankly.
What other fairy types are in Gen 8? It's 7, not 8. I'm a bit tired. It's getting late. There was Primarina, which is based.
Yeah, they retconned Jigglypuff to be fairy type. I remember that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's also Primarina, which is based on a mermaid, and which are a kind of fey creature. Apparently, I'm not really that well versed in mythology, but like. They have the whole idea of being a human-looking magical being with powers that seem slightly above what a human is capable of. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily like specifically what we would refer to as like fairies or fae in all mythology, but definitely like just things that are sort of mythologically related at the least, or like things in that area.
I still feel
dark types are just gremlins, basically.
I still feel as though
evil.
the fairy type was always just supposed to be the light type, and then they just didn't. I still remember, and I know I've complained about this so many times. Also, Hurty, is it better yet? I've been tweaking stuff on the quiet. But yeah, I remember the 21st night of September, or whenever it was. I saw on Bulbagarden, like before Gen 6 was like fully made public. Like everyone was like, "Oh, we've seen Sylveon, so we think there might be a new type." But everyone was like, "Oh, maybe it's bug type. We don't know. Yeah, we're thinking things we don't know." But then
there was like light and sound, right? We're being theorized.
I cannot wait for sound type. It better happen one day.
Anyway, so
sound type is going to be a thing because it just kind of feels like, first of all, it just quite very abstract. Like, what kind of weaknesses would it have? And also because like they have a lot of abilities and like moves related to sound, and they still haven't made an actual sound type. So why, if they could make a sound type, why haven't they? But anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So anyway,
talking.
There was some asshole in that very same, like they started a thread saying, "Oh, everyone's saying it's going to be the fairy type." Like, no one has said that, but then everyone was acting like they agreed, and then it became true. Like, I don't like, oh, that's a big boy. Sorry, I keep seeing Pokemon in the wild area, don't mind me.
Cats, you swapped Mandela dimensions. I'm so sorry.
This happens to me a lot.
You know,
maybe they were Elita.
You know, one thing like in universe that reminds me of too is like kind of how there's that thing where like in universe they'll always kind of pretend that like things that they newly introduce in generations have always existed. Like they go back and retroactively change things to fairy types or whatever. But like at the same time, there's this level of like, oh, we've like just discovered this new technology of like, you know, mega evolution or this new Pokemon type that's like fairy type. And it's like we've lived in this world for how long? And these Pokemon are like have been native to this region for how long, and you haven't like there's no like integrating into the world. They're like, it's so mysterious. We need a 10-year-old to go find the truth.
Like, it kind of bothers me in the whole how like in every World of Pokemon intro they say that Pokemon are mysterious when Pokemon being mysterious aren't really relevant to the world building or the plot of any Pokemon media ever.
Mysterious. How does the Pokédex work?
But also, like, I remember when, like, in early Pokemon X and Y hold a special place in my heart because, like, they came out when I was starting to get active on the internet, and they were the first games I really anticipated with other people. But anyway, I remember when, like, in early Gen 6, when games like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire and Super Mystery Dungeon were coming out, which was more like late Gen 6, but whatever, there were still people who were seemed doubtful if they would include Fairy type or not, like saying, oh, I hope they include Fairy type in this, like it wasn't certain. And I'm just thinking, were there people who thought, like, back in Gen 3, who weren't sure if Fire Red and Leaf Green would have the Dark and Steel types?
I remember when Gen 5 was being teased, that people were, like, for some reason, they were extremely uncertain of, like, everything, basically. The people were like, oh, in Gen 5 you get to play as a gym leader, but also there aren't any gym leaders, even though you are one.
You are the only gym leader. I remember reading, back in 2010, I liked reading a lot about Pokemon Black and White on the internet on my DSi browser, which of course was a bit rubbish.
I remember.
And I remember like reading some threads on official Nintendo magazine forums, and like there was like, and by threads I mean there was one. There was a Pokemon Black and White speculation. And I remember seeing a blurry screenshot of Sky Arrow Bridge and thinking that a traffic cone was a Diglett and being like, oh my gosh, walking Pokemon are back.
Oh, that'd be. Oh man. I do remember that like they introduced, like, along with Fairy type, they also introduced like the customizable clothing in X and Y, and then like at some point after that they announced that like they weren't gonna do it in the next game, and then and so like maybe part of that worry of like the new features, like I guess Fairy type not coming back, was just like, oh no, they won't let us change clothes anymore, and like maybe they'll.
Can I just interject?
Meanwhile, Fountain, old man.
Old man in Fountain. Minccino? No, I'm just an old man. My mistake.
I remember when I first learned about Minccino, I absolutely fell in love with it, and then I've never actually used one in a main series game.
Oh, it can be really scary if you know what you're dealing with that.
Yeah, I found them on. I've used a Cinccino on Showdown a few times, and I fought them even more times. And I hate Skill Link. Yep. I hate fighting Cloyster even more.
Sir, where did you get that fresh water? Did you get it from the fountain?
Ah, there's a Morp on there was Warp on one side, Morp on the other, but 3 bomb heals.
It's only as fresh as I am.
Oh, that reminds me. I remember with Pokemon X and Y we knew, and there were some people saying that they like to nickname Jinx Yo Mama, give them burn heals, and send them on Wonder Trade.
Oh, jeez.
That is delightful.
But I also kind of like how when Pokemon X and Y first came out, they felt like so mysterious, and people were trying to discover things, like wondering what was up with the Ghost Girl, or why someone was mentioning Heatran, or in the Jaune Plaza, or wherever French for yellow is, and people actually I can't remember what, and wondering what the power plant was for, and there was another thing I've already forgotten what I wanted to say in the middle of a sentence. Oh yeah, what else are people? Oh, I'm wondering what tipping did. I thought it increased the chance of you shining for a while, and actually fell for it until I realised it was just a rumour, and I felt stupid for a bit, and then I got over it.
Also,
actually, did I even feel stupid?
I had a moment there with Hop, who's like, "Hey, let's battle," and I'm like, "But why?" And that counts as saying no.
But why? Well, if you're gonna be rude about it.
Existentialism.
Can we talk about how these parents named one of their kids Leon and the other one Hop. I wonder which one was the favourite.
Wait,
Kyle.
maybe Scotch was Leon's dead name.
Oh, Hopscotch. Probably some. I'm going to look up Hop on Bulbapedia to see if there's any sort of significance to his name.
Or perhaps Hip, because the parents were fans of the Super Mario. It wasn't Super Mario Brothers Super Show. It was the other one.
I mean, the only real significance to Hop's name is that it sounds like Hal.
Super Mario
Now
World?
brown cow.
That's the one.
Maybe
Hop.
maybe Hop. Sorry, go ahead.
On the Wikipedia article for hopping, it says in the name section, it has a link to the Wikipedia article for a plant called Humulus, a genus of small flowering plants.
It sounds like you go back in time to ancient Rome and you bring with you some sort of like chickpea-based dip, and they're like, "What's that? Hummus? What? Hummus? What? Humulus? Ah!"
Or Humulus, but smaller, because I think ulus means is a suffix meaning small, because it's like homunculus, small man, elephantulus, small elephant, or elephantry, which are these tiny little really cute things. And they really discovered a new species of them that was believed to be extinct a few months ago in Djibouti. So that's nice.
That's one place to keep them.
Nice.
But real talk though, Djibouti actually has a really pretty flag.
Yeah.
But also, according to Wikipedia, hop is the common name for flowers which are female. So make of that what you will.
Huh.
Galar said trans rights.
It could, in just like the vein of coming up with reasons for it, it could also be like if Leon has a middle name that goes along with Hop's name, and Hop is Hop's middle name, but like Hop is going by his middle name and Leon is going by his first.
They're both called Leon Hop.
Oh yeah, according
I call you Leon Hop and you Leon Hop Jr.
Leon is named after the dandelion flower because his Japanese name is Dandy.
That explains a lot.
Look at my replacements, a dandy
cute.
and so you must be my replacements, a dandy and a clown.
The very first time I played Undertale, I named the character Dandy.
I haven't played Undertale. I started watching Lucky 70X's Let's Play of it as it came out, and then I got bored, and then I just stopped caring about it and watched a bunch of spoilery videos about it.
Bored of Undertale? How could you?
Easily.
It's a good game.
It's more like sometimes I can't keep up with Let's Plays that load really quickly unless I'm really super invested in them, like some of Sugar Conroy's Pokémon or Let's Plays or Phantom Hourglass.
That's fair. Oh, hey, that must mean
Oh, I
you're
do
really
love
into
Phantom
my Let's Plays
Hourglass.
because I never upload anymore.
Oh, and also I watched this every episode of his New Leaf Let's Play. But I have a habit of when the Let's Plays are completed, I just start watching them out of order. I just watch, oh hey, this usually if I'm familiar with the game already, like with Lucky 70X's Heart Goldness, like I've never watched that in order.
Jeremy just grew up a bit.
He's gonna go through emo phase.
Hey, it stays that way.
And by the way, I remember, speaking of middle evolved water starters, I remember when Brionne was first revealed, it just immediately reminded me of Lolo from Klonoa 2 because it has the whole backstory about how it doesn't ever let its true feelings show, but it's really sad inside.
Oh. They're trying to make me feel bad about Popplio being my least preferred out of the 3 Gen 7 ones, but like, I don't hate Popplio, it's just my third place.
Yeah, and also like...
Oh, I love Popplio.
Gen 6 was the first time I chose a fire starter on my first playthrough because I
Same.
really like the concept of Incineroar being based on a heal wrestler because it's supposed to be like a parody of the whole firefighting starters thing.
I'm glad they're at least self-aware.
Though I do think
I thought it was because it was a heal, not like a parody.
Yeah, it is a heal, but it also could be seen as like the whole it's a starter that looks like it's fighting type, but it isn't. So it's a so it's like the opposite of because like fighting type. Because apparently the dark type is usually treated as the equal counterpart to type It's fighting.
Yeah, it's called. It's
Fighting
I
type.
think called.
Evil in Japanese. Sorry for talking over you. I just don't like it when people hesitate. And the fighting type is apparently supposed to be all about fighting fairly and stuff like that.
Which is, I suppose, explains the ability Justified. Which is like, you get hit by a dark type move, you get powers. It increases your attack, basically.
Wait, is that actually what happens in the anime when it activates or something?
I don't
haven't seen
know.
much of the anime.
I don't know.
I think Kira versus the Sword of Justice is not on Netflix anymore, but the main reason I watched it is because my favourite Gen 2 Pokemon is in the start for like 2 seconds.
I don't know what this is, so I'm going to fight it.
I feel like
Oh, that's a Gossifleur. I've never actually seen one before.
If you want to guess what my favourite Gen 2 Pokemon is, here's a hint. I've already mentioned it in this stream conversation.
Beverly.
At least I think I have. It's Porygon 2.
Ah, that's valid.
that's good.
Totodile, best boy.
Oh, and the other reason I watched it was because the voice actor of Keldeo is also the voice actor of the main character of Full Metal Alchemist, but now he's gotten into some sort of trouble, and I don't want to dig myself into a hole, so...
Yeah, let's keep our distance from the holes.
What about Sonic
Speak
the
for
Hedgehog?
yourself.
Munchlax was voiced by Jason Griffith until they changed voice cast. So.
Also, I have seen at least 2 separate YouTubers who seem to think that, like, there are a bunch of there are like 5 Generation 4 Pokemon in the original version of Rescue Team, and I keep seeing people act like that this was their first ever appearance and that Chunsoft had access to secret Game Freak documents, but no, they'd already appeared in the anime by that point. Munchlax first appeared in Destiny Deoxys, which came out a year before Rescue Team.
What about XD Gale of Darkness? When was that? Because I don't actually know when that fits in timeline-wise with the release of things.
I really want to play XD, but I've just never been able to find it for cheap, and I'm worried that if I buy a copy of it off Amazon, it won't be PAL, so I won't be able to play it. But I think XD Gale of Darkness was 2005. Let me look that up as well.
Because I know that Munchlax and Bonsly were both teased in that, and that was my entire experience with Gen 4 until Gen 4 existed.
As it was with everyone.
I mean, yes, but...
Oh, according to Wikipedia, yeah, Gale of Darkness was released in 2005. If you want me to fact check anything about Pokemon, I'll leave Wikipedia open.
Yeah.
But like, anyway, Gen 3, the transition from Gen 3 to 4 was a bit weird, because I first started learning about Pokemon at like the very end of Gen 3. I specifically remember that Maze Squirtle was the second Pokemon I ever heard of. Specifically Maze, because like most people, I was introduced to Pokemon through the anime, and when I was really little, I misheard Pikachu as Migachu.
Oh, that just hit something. I feel like I did the same thing. Oh no.
Until like, one day,
I may have done as well.
until one day someone came into my house, I think it was my grandmother, and she said, "Oh, is that Pikachu?" And then I realised I was mishearing it the whole time.
I can't fit through this alleyway, I'm
The
sad.
asshole who always correct people. Like, no. It's Migachu actually.
As in,
that was me.
it's not committed to the full thing. It's relatively, you know, it's conservative with its resources. It's Migachu. Meagre.
Yes, I can't hear the word Meager without thinking of the Meager resistance from Children of Mana, and it's an item which I think boosts defense or something, but I don't really remember because I don't have Children of Mana anymore, and honestly, I didn't really like it, yet I played it to completion.
Well,
I don't get it.
I imagine that relationship, but turned up to 11, and that's where I am because I played Secret of Mana. Baby! Hold on, I need to grab this baby.
Secret Mana, but I barely played it. And then I got the remake and I played even less of it.
Because I played...
It didn't bother me.
I played a bit of Secret of Mana, and I ended up enjoying it so very little that I put it down and never picked it back up. And this was like up to the first boss where you go in the hole in the village or something. Like, that's it. I was just like, nope, this does not interest me at all.
Like, in the original version of Secret Mana, I got stuck when I got to that village where everyone says the same thing. And then in the console version, I didn't play as much, partly because I saw a video which I thought the original, like, people saying it was bad, and I just kind of felt like, oh, basically, like, started feeling ashamed of myself for buying it and wondering if it was really, like, really worth my time. But also, I didn't like how the characters had no lip syncing. And what is it with all these HD PS4 games which have cutscenes that are just characters standing in front of a blurred out background? Something like, I mean, people complain about Pokemon Sword and Shield, but it's not like other, like, people who like talking about, oh my gosh, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth looks so much better than Sword and Shield. And it just kind of got annoying, but also the fact that why... I know it's originally a Vita game, but I'm sure the Vita would have been capable of proper cutscenes like that too. Does that make any sense?
I don't know, looks good in Danganronpa.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, but Danganronpa's
it was
novel was...
Yeah, it was originally for the Vita.
Yeah, but...
Well, what about Ultra Despair Girls? Because I want to say that was the Vita as well.
But what I meant was that, like, Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth is a 3D game, which occasionally has full 3D cutscenes, but most of the time it doesn't.
It
just has the...
Because UDG is 3D as well. But I don't know if that... I want to say that was
Ultra Danganronpa. What's UDG?
Ultra Despair Girls, which was a Danganronpa, like, third-person shooter, which I intend to get to at some point, but it's long and not easy. And I'm sorry, Conan, you are the weakest link.
Another reason why I didn't think I don't actually think Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth looks better than Pokemon Sword and Shield is because you spend a lot of the time Cyber Sleuth in repeated generic cube rooms that all look the same. Like they're just like generic Matrix Tron. This is what the inside of a computer looks like areas.
I'm addicted to that kind of art style, so I can't complain. The moment you hand me like a techno bass or something like that, I'm like, yeah, I don't need anything else anymore.
Oh, if you like techno basses, then like a month ago, I started playing Solitaire Robo Red the Hunter, which is one of my favourite games, and then I just kind of put it down after the first time I got a game over in that playthrough because I didn't want to have to mash through a cutscene again. But like, there's an area that's quite lengthy to the game that like has a really techno aesthetic, so you might like it. But the game is apparently really expensive nowadays, and I think it's one of the few region-locked DS games because it has DSi features.
I just tripped over a trubbish and now I'm sad.
Good job.
And I don't use emulators. It just doesn't feel right. Like I know that some people do. And they choose to pirate games, and I respect that, but it's personally something that I don't want to do, not to mention that I'm worried about my computer getting viruses, which is also why I don't really watch fan subs anymore.
And I exist in perpetual fear of legality.
And that and the fact that a lot of fan subs... Well, that and the fact that a lot of fan subs are rubbish.
I mean, imagine, if you will, in an emulated game, you get a game over and the penalty is it just alerts the FBI. Like, even if you're not in America, the FBI.
That reminds me of those, have you seen that trend of piracy game, and the anti-piracy screens in DS games?
Yes.
Yeah, there's like, someone made the Animal Crossing Wild World one, and then I started finding the trend annoying. I wonder if anyone's made one for Train Zelda yet, though, because I'd be willing to write the script one. I don't know much about in-engine programming, because I'm doing digital major in games design, but I haven't been taught how to animate 3D models yet.
I'm unkillable. I have a DS emulator in my 3DS.
Also, who's
Illegal.
Xena named after? Because I don't know Eurovision.
Xena I named after the singer from Belarus 2019, and that sounds like an insult, but my intention is actually that song was my trash baby and I loved it, and it was low quality, but
so not just that song is trash, period.
Well, it kind of reminds me. I think it was this exact route where, like, in one of Distant Kingdom's Pokemon videos where he talks, it's supposed to just the high quality animations ones which have no dialogue. He criticised the layout of routes in this game because there was like some ledges that didn't let you backtrack quicker and didn't impede your progress and were just there for the sake of it.
I feel like Forest did that a lot too.
Specifically that. So not the original Ruby and Sapphire, but just the remakes.
There's a weird thing that happens a couple times in Oris where May will just show up out of nowhere and be like, "Protagonist! Thank goodness you're here! Quick, let's teleport!" And then you end up somewhere else. And the original level design was designed so that you go to a town, and then you loop back around, and there's ledges on one side. But since May teleports you, after you back to the house or whatever, you have to go back all the way to the town you were just in, just to loop around the other way and get the items. It's a little silly.
That reminds me, the last time I played Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, I was like playing it in French, trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. And because of once, like, after you go to Mortalville City, after you beat Watson, you get teleported to the place where the next gym is or something, or near there. But I forgot thought we had to go to Larbridge Town earlier than we actually did, and I ended up going to the Fall Arbor Town in completely the wrong direction. I had to look about a walkthrough, and it just felt so stupid. And since the game was in French, I just kind of got into a habit of mashing through the text instead of actually reading it and trying to figure it out. Because that's what I did in Explorers. Whenever I play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers in French. But the difference here is that game it's kind of hard to get lost in it, and also the game, I've played it so many times that I know it like the back of my hand. And the script is basically just a direct translation of the English version.
I was going to say, Gen 3 kind of do be like that with like, oh, I went the wrong way and I forget why. I feel like I've had that before, but then again, the very first, I want to say my very first Pokemon experience was, well, it can't be, but I distinctly remember it was a badly translated Japanese one, and like, it could... Like the Pokemon Ruby of Vietnamese crystals, I think. But it can't have been, because that doesn't exist, but that is what it was. But anyway.
Pokemon Ruby.
Well, apparently there are a lot of Pokemon GBA bootlegs. Could have been one of those.
But like it wasn't one of those ones that pretends to be a different game. You know, it was most assuredly Ruby. It's just everything was badly translated. But anyway, that was my first experience of it. Then my second experience was specifically Pokemon Green. So I had no idea what was going on, but I liked it anyway, and then I found Red, and then it was sort of all shits and giggles from there. Although, Ruby was my first proper experience with it, because I found, oh, I got Ruby in English now, guys, and I remember struggling with the rival battle under the cycling road, amongst other things.
I remember playing... I saw someone play Pokemon Black or White. It was in it looked like it was in Japanese, but then all the Pokemon's names, instead of being written in katakana, they were written like in the direct Nihon Shiki romanizations, but in full capital letters. And I don't know what that was. Nihon Shiki is a romanization system of Japanese, if you don't know. And it's the one I don't like, because it's not accurate to how they actually sound.
So it's the one that's not Hepburn romanization?
Yeah, because Togetic is actually supposed to be Togechick, but they used Nihon Shiki romanization, so they put a T instead of a Ch.
Foolish fools who fool foolishly.
The reason I put recruiting is Caliber from Soul Eater, because I know he just says fools a lot, but I don't actually watch Soul Eater. I've only watched like literally 3 episodes of it, and I don't think you've watched it either.
This is true. And I'm just so lost in admiring that Jeremy's hands are now mittens, which is true of chameleons. They have little mitteny hands and they're adorable. Am I relevant yet?
Very cold. Very cold.
Jeremy looks like he could be a shopkeeper who's actually secretly the most powerful being in the universe.
Yeah.
Now.
And also,
do you get that?
Also, if it's a reference, I don't get it, but I appreciate it anyway. But also, I get it now. I get it. But yeah, belated realization that, like, by pure chance, I indeed acquired a Zigzagoon with the ability pickup, which is subtly what I was hoping for, because, like, that was a thing that went well. Like, when I did the Ruby Nuzlocke streams, I had a Zigzagoon, who I named Beret after Spain singer from 2016, and she had pickup because I wanted one with pickup, because that's a good ability. And so now I have a Zigzagoon because I wanted an Obstagoon, and I named him Mickey after Spain singer from 2019, and he has pickup as well, which is good, because I like that ability, because I like having things.
Yeah. Who says no to free shit?
Free is free, shit is shit, damn. In the words of that one, like, bootleg shirt.
Also, you mentioned rivals earlier, and it reminded me of this thing to really hate. I think Hop did it earlier in the stream, but it's like, when you're going through a place and then your rival runs up to you out of nowhere and just go, "Hey, let's fight!"
At least in this game, and I want to say in Gen 7 and maybe 6, they do one of two things. They either heal you beforehand or give you an option to say no, not right now, which That's what I felt was missing from the previous generations because there have been several occasions where, like in earlier gens, I've been minding my own business, then a rival comes up, hey, I'm gonna beat the snot out of you, and you don't get a choice. Like, oh man!
That's why I love Gen 5.
And at least with the hop battle earlier in the stream, at least that was like right next to a Pokemon Center.
And you could say no, or specifically you could say, but why? And he's like, well, if you're gonna be existential.
Oh, that reminds me, in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Barry, like, one of the rival battle with Barry in Heart Home City is like, basically it happens when you walk down the path that's past the Pokemon Center, but before you can get to either of the routes that connect to it. Also, sorry about that, I was just drinking sparkling water.
Oh!
And apparently you could get stuck in an unwinnable situation. That's never happened to me. And what's weird is that my earliest memories of playing Pokemon games, I don't really remember specific battles as much as I just remember, like, other things that happened, like wasting my Master Ball on a Bronzong in Diamond, or resetting over and over until I was no longer in the window of time to get the event Victini in White, and I regretted it so much that I gave the game to a friend.
They've broken the escape rope, and I mean, I'm not opposed, but still. Carry on.
That reminds me of a story. I don't know if I've told the story on stream before, but I remember when again, this was when I was a young boy. I was playing my first time. I think it was my first time playing Pokemon Leaf Green. I went through the whole game with just a Venusaur because, like, I was a stupid child.
Coal boys. Carry on.
That was how I played Pokemon Diamond as well. I just used my starter, and in Soul Silver, but like I didn't know what stats did until I played White, because I got a player's guide with it, and it had an explanation of what each stat was, and I was like, oh, because I can on Soul Silver, I figured out what accuracy and evasion did, but that was it. And who just left? Only just rejoined.
I have no idea what I just did there. Anyway,
I accidentally murdered a piece of coal. How's your day going?
Nice. Anyway, Nitro Indigo, have you seen the new trailer for the new Pokemon Snap?
I have!
And what are your thoughts on that?
Even though I'm not that interested in Pokemon Snap, I might buy it just because I really like the fact that they're spin-offs which are more about like showing the world of Pokemon, or the Pokemon themselves, from a different perspective than just battling, is making a comeback, because there was Rescue Team DX, which of course, unlike later Pokemon Mission games, really just takes Pokemon main series lore into account more. Like, almost every character is based on, like, almost every plot point is based on a Pokedex entry, because there's a Ninetales that cursed someone, and in order to learn about that, you need to go find a Xatu who stares at the sun, and you learn about the Ninetales legend in the first place, a Whiscash that collided upon its territory, and what else? Persian collects money. Money is shiny thing. Meow is associated with money. It sounded better in my head.
That's okay.
If there's anyone in the chat, by the way, have I fixed the audio yet? I want to be sure that I'm not terrible.
But there wasn't a Gen 7 Pokemon Mission Engine, and instead there were just a bunch of mobile games. And I honestly thought that Pokemon Super Mission Engine was like the last hurrah for story-based spin-off, because Ranger was dead. There are a ton of free-to-play games, including Pokemon Rumble World, which I deleted off my 3DS a few weeks ago so I could make room for replaying Nintendo Plus Cats for old time's sake. Because I downloaded it.
If I can interject for a moment, why did Pokemon Ranger die? Because I'm not sure. Did Science do well?
I'm wondering maybe it's because it just wasn't popular enough, or maybe because they thought that the whole touchscreen focused nature of it wouldn't work well on 3DS, because look at Nintendo Plus Cats, they have you basically you interact, like the game world is on the top screen of that game, and then you interact with silhouettes on the top screen that make you notice how jagged the models are. And so, like, I was thinking that, like, in early 3DS games, I think we were like, oh, 3D is the way of the future, and didn't really want to use the touchscreen for anything.
Which is a
I
shame.
remember the last time I used 3D. That's been a long time.
It's a shame, because the Ranger games are good, but I am absolutely on board with the new Pokemon Snap, because I've been waiting so many years.
What's funny is that I absolutely hated Shadows of Almere as a kid. Like, I thought it was the worst game ever, mainly because I just got really frustrated and I didn't like some of the tracks in it. Like, it took me absolutely ages to beat the final boss, because you had to keep, like, there were multiple bosses in a row and you had to go through loads of really long cutscenes. And people hate Dusk. Why do people hate Dusk and IR because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon and not Shadows and not Pokemon Ranger? Because that was one of the Dusk and IR's part of the final boss gauntlet in that game, in Shadows of Almere.
See, I think in hindsight, I think Shadows of Almere was probably the best of the 3 Ranger games, simply because Guardian Signs, like, I forget what I didn't like about it, but I did like it less, but I forget why. Also, this postman appears to be incredibly lost.
It's the postman from Twilight Princess,
Haha.
obviously. It goes all the way to the bottom of the Cave of Ordeals.
And... oh yeah, and also... wait, now I've forgotten again. Oh yeah, I would say it's Dusclops as opposed to Dusk Noir in Guardian Signs, where there's a stealth part and... either Dusclops or Dusk Noir can just see in every direction. I'm like, stealth in my non-stealth game? No.
I got Guardian Signs for Christmas a few years ago and I've still barely played it. It's just not, like, I just guess Pokemon Rangers and it's not the thing I'm most interested in, because, I mean, like, I started replaying Shadows of Almere years ago as well because I got it on Wii U Virtual Console, but that's really not the ideal way to play it at all, or really any DS game. But I stopped hating it when I watched bits of Lucky 70X's Let's Play of it, and he starts pointing out that the game has lots of themes and stuff like that. Also the fact that it does the school concept way better than Shadows of Almere. Not Shadows of Almere, Super Mystery Dungeon. Anyway, Tess.
Was that the Let's Play where he cancelled it because his game exploded?
He cancelled it because he accidentally saved over something when he wasn't supposed to. And then he also forgot to put the last few episodes into the playlist. Oops.
Well, I found a campsite. Oh!
Speaking of Lucky 70X, I mentioned his Heart Gold Let's Play a few minutes ago, but it's actually probably one of my favourite Let's Plays of all time. Because, like, most of Lucky 70X's like, commentary just isn't really that interesting because it's all post-commentary, at least in his earlier Let's Plays. So it just doesn't really have much beyond just making slightly witty remarks about the characters. But there he's, like, reacting stuff in real time. Conroy, the female Kroger, died. And Wooloo is Sonic the Hedgehog.
As Wooloo should be.
Also, may I just point out Jeremy just crawling around like an actual chameleon?
Yeah, he just... oh, why has this Stuffle brought me the ball? Who invited you?
It's like in early Pokemon Mission, in the 2D Pokemon Mission Dungeon games, not Kecleon, Trico, like, has an idle animation on 2 legs, but then it walks on all 4s, which I thought was quite clever. But unfortunately, his idle animation is literally T-posing. Like, what were they thinking?
T-posing to assert dominance.
And then, and then in Super, they made it so Kecleon's walking animation was just kind of bipedal, but it looked really weird. It looked like it was, like, walking in the most exaggerated way possible.
Why does Stuffle have a tush tag? That just looks disturbing.
Because it's supposed to look like a teddy bear.
Yes, but what biological purpose does it serve?
And why is it
raise
class?
I'm just remembering that one episode of Weird and Creepy Pokédex entries where the J-Wit says that Stuffle has turned farting into a language.
That reminds me of the gender difference between male and female Torchics, I believe. One has a butthole and the other one doesn't.
I hate it.
Actually, it's a spec, and apparently they've bred chickens so that when they're chicks, the males have specs, but the females don't, so they can tell right away which one's which.
Oh yeah, that is a thing.
No, it's
Also,
clearly it's the anus. Oh, that's
Yeah, how do they make curry out of things that clearly aren't spicy? I mean, I think cherry berries are... Actually, are cherry berries sour or spicy?
a cherry berry spicy if the memory serves. As I recall from the days of
Like,
Pokemon contests.
Where does the rice come from, and what's the sausages made of?
Don't ask
They made
questions
us-
you don't want the answer to.
Well, that reminds me of Pokemon X and Y in the restaurants, which I kind of like because they're a nice world-building thing. One of the things you can, like, the waiter served you is something that was made from an Arbok's poison.
Tasty.
You sound that kind of voice from Monster Hunter where there's that voice that says tasty. Oh, when you talk about type combinations, I wanted to mention it, but I forgot. I played Monster Hunter Stories, and honestly, I like some parts of the game, like the visuals or like the general idea of how you get the monsters by you have to. Actually, no, I kind of like the concept of it because it's like people working together with nature in a different way by riding the monsters, and it feels like your bond is more tangible because of that. Even though there are a lot of things that don't make sense, like how you're literally stealing them from their mothers as
Where
eggs.
did the burgers come from?
Where did the steak come from?
Maybe from the ingredient you added?
Well, first of all, Jerry looked so sarcastic there, but also, we put in a couple of orange berries, I think a cherry berry, and what appeared to be a packet of fertilizer. And somehow that turned into a steak.
Instant steak. Just add curry.
All the rankings I've read this on Wikipedia are named after Pokemon. I don't get the Wobbuffet one. Maybe it's the one its Japanese name. That's the way it is. But then all the others are based on Pokemon that have association. Would like logically associate. Like the worst one is Coughing, which makes sense because it's a poison type, and the best one is Charizard, which makes sense because fire and curries are both hot.
Curry is yellow and spicy. Please tell me someone else remembers that.
But the real question here is why is the rice yellow? I don't like yellow rice.
Be nice to pilau rice. I mean, I prefer white rice to be fair, but it's the carpet boy.
You know what's better than white rice? White rice with coriander in it.
Oh. Though that said, right, that there is a company that makes like pre-packaged portions of rice that do like a variety of different flavors. They have like one that's I think it's like piri rice and it's like orange in color. I know that one of theirs, and for the life of me I cannot remember which one. I just know it's one of the white ones. It tastes, and like this is gonna sound unpleasant, and don't worry, it tasted unpleasant. It sounded to my tongue as if someone had like
Sounded to your tongue.
Yes. Someone had like dropped trow and just sat on the rice while it was cooking. That's what it tasted like. And I do not mean that as a compliment. I don't see how it could be conceived as a compliment, but it definitely isn't one. Oh, Mickey's found something. What the... Is that a moonstone? Or is it just some sort of weird wing thing? Either way, I'm sending out ice cream.
Oh, one of the ingredients is called
It's like a
pre-cooked
moonstone.
burger. That's probably what you put in. Although it doesn't actually look like a packet of fertilizer. It just looks like a potato next to some broccoli on the packet anyway. Also, why would you put something pre-cooked in a sealed bag? Because that makes me think it's warm, even though it probably isn't actually. Never mind.
Just eat a raw potato.
Eat the whole potato.
All the nutrients you'll ever need. Right there in this one pomme de terre.
Oh, that reminds me. I must have I saw this meme years ago, which had which said pomme de terre, pomme de l'air, pomme de la mer, and pomme du Brescia. And then someone replied with the opening narration of Avatar: The Legend of Aang / The Last Airbender in French.
I saw that.
With rations replaced with potatoes.
I remember seeing that, and I enjoyed that. But also, did they actually have pictures of the potatoes in question? Because I know I've seen that, and I've
Yes.
seen another post as well that's it's. Oh wait, no, it wasn't potatoes. No, why would? Hold, I was being dumb here.
Can't-
So, what?
No, sorry, go ahead.
I was thinking
What's
of
your good?
the elemental melons. There was a picture of a watermelon, but then an air melon, which was a balloon, a fire melon that was a habanero, and an earth melon, which was a potato, hence the confusion.
Nice. I'm just now I'm thinking now I'm upset that in that post of the pomme de terre and all of the elements, because like pomme de terre is apple of the earth, right? So it's like apple of all the elements, so they didn't call it the applatar.
Apparently, the reason why it's called. Apparently, the reason why potatoes are called earth apples in French is because originally apple just meant any fruit. At least I think so. I think it was in a Vsauce video.
That sounds familiar. Oh, great. Do we have to go through an entire mine?
I think it was the one about misnomers where he talked about retronyms or retroglyphs, and it also has a guinea pig on the thumbnail.
But Tess, don't you know? What's mine is yours.
Oh, look, it's
Monaco?
a train tunnel. I hope we don't hit my train.
Dollar is a cute name for a Pokemon.
Dollar? Dotsler. Oh,
It's just a little
I know someone who
geometric ladybug.
Yeah. I know someone who really likes Orbital because he used it throughout his because like I go to a gaming club and on the day Pokemon Sword and Shield were released, several people had them and were playing them, and then by the next week they'd all finish them, just like me with Pokemon X. I've beat that in a week as well. Not Pokemon X, Pokemon Y. I don't remember why I chose Y and not X.
Because
But I did.
Call is amazing.
Because I like was the thought, oh, I'll get X because it has I like the design of Clauncher, and then for reasons I honestly literally do not remember, I got Pokemon Y. I'm gonna look up version exclusives. Maybe that will jog my memory.
This mine is a lot prettier than I expected it to be, and also I can't tell if there's just no random encounters here unless you walk specifically into them, but it seems like maybe I won't be bombarded with Zubats or local equivalent.
Yeah, do be careful when walking down the mine tracks, because like I remember at least at one point a car pole coming barreling down them.
I was gonna say, it looks kind of worrying that just, oh hey look, just tracks. Like, why would you walk on those? That seems like a terrible idea.
I can't. There aren't really any version exclusives in Y that I particularly prefer or remember preferring at the time. So it must have been something else other than that.
Evil Tom.
Maybe it was because of the Evoltol memes. I don't remember.
Well, of
I
three
just
features,
really
it's
like my
evil
death
and
line.
tall.
Yeah, well, that's really all you need, right? And red. It's a good boy. I like Evil Tom a lot.
And sometimes yeast.
Oh, and speaking of Reds, the most popular video on my channel is this Power Rangers SPD edit where I play Power Rangers in space audio over a scene of near the end of the show. And it's 21 seconds long, and it's gotten me a bunch of new subscribers, and it has like over 30,000 views now. I just don't want to disappoint people who subscribe to me, only to realise that's not what I normally do on my channel.
And that's why I'm grateful that no one paid any attention to when I did those Rhythm Heaven custom remixes of Eurovision songs.
To be honest, now I don't.
And now you need to do one based on SPD, obviously.
Obviously.
Based on what? Like, what was the first one based on?
I remember
Based
one
on
was
Gen
based.
1? Oh,
I remember one of those Rhythm Heaven things was based on what was it? What's the Pressure?
Yeah, well, the first one was What's the Pressure, the second one was Loin DC, and I did a third one that was based on the final remix of the Wii Rhythm Heaven, but it was, like, I made the games myself because they were about my channel times.
I thought that was fantastic, Tess. Make more of those. Never make anything else again.
I can't think of Rhythm Heaven / Paradise nowadays without thinking of this YouTuber called Yarn Measley. He mainly does videos about conlangs, and he's also done a few he did this parody of Dreams of Our Generation, which is the final song with the Wii game, Meet the Beat / Rhythm Heaven Fever, where he just sings a bunch of mean comments he's gotten in time to the music.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I didn't know you watched Yarn Measley.
The conline critic? You kidding me?
Yeah.
I look for that guy.
I
You
know.
learned about him.
Hangman video, so it's not like it's a long time.
There's a couple of people were talking about him in a Discord server I'm in.
I am a language boy, but I have never heard of this person, so never mind. I shall.
Oh, Tess, I have a world to show you later.
Heather, you've shown me plenty.
I can show you the world.
Pepperoni!
The female worker bothers me because she has a very masculine-looking physique, or whatever this trainer class is called.
It's,
Is this?
I guess it's
Aren't they
because
just
there's
minors?
Yeah.
She's just
minors,
strong.
you gotta be tough. It's strong girl, yes.
No, I was just trying to think of
I
a good way
mean,
to word
I'm
it.
not
It's like
objecting to it.
your body type.
Beefy.
Something about gender or something. I don't know. I don't think myself to hold about this.
Exactly, Josh.
Alex, just behave.
Laura's very quiet.
I think I think she looks like pretty normal for someone working in a mine. Honestly, like it's pretty.
I thought she has a
It's
very
like-
kind face.
Yeah.
It's also
Yeah.
more like because she has
Like,
the
maybe-
glove, you can't see much of her skin, so it looks like her head isn't part of her. It isn't part of her body. It looks like they were sewed together, like room
Oh,
from
no.
Toy Story.
Not another
I mean, from here, from here, she's kind of like got body proportions to remind me of Jasper from Steven Universe.
Yeah, if anything, she has like kind of broad shoulders for her height, but like it's not to like I don't think anything
remember-
nuts.
Years ago, I saw this like know your meat, not meat, cheeseburger. I don't go on that site anymore, but still,
No, your
post about-
cheeseburger.
like a cheeseburger post about joking that the reason why you can't take your hat off in Pokemon X and Y is because the hat is possessing people's bodies, and this was before Super Mario Odyssey.
The hats in this one are especially funny though, so I'm definitely gonna say it's if it wasn't true in X and Y, it's definitely true now.
Like mine, for instance, is one of those things that Americans put on the ends of their turkey bones for some reason.
What?
You know, in like cartoons and stuff.
String
What?
Little dumb Shep's hat thing.
It looks like that drill. It looks like that drill bit just fell down the side of a cliff.
Rip.
By the way, it also kind of bothered me in like how in Pokemon Black and White, how there was literally only one Drillbur was literally the only Pokemon that could appear in dust clouds. Like it could have been more variety if there were more. It's like just like as I said with Gen 6, a lot of Pokemon feel like they're made out of obligation. It just kind of feels like in Gen 5 there's a lot of types that just have 3 evolutionary lines, and it's just kind of like, oh, we did the bare minimum, yay.
Pure fighting problem was a big issue in Gen 5.
How many pure fighting types were? How many pure fighting types were there in Gen 5? Because I thought there was only one evolutionary line, or at least that's all that comes to mind.
Yeah, if you don't count Ember, every single fighting type besides Scrafty was
The
monotype.
Musketeers.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
well, I mean, fighting type that you can find commonly.
So
Yeah, oh,
there was
because there are a lot.
Timber,
Elite
Girder,
Four.
Conkeldurr, Throw, Saork, and the other ones.
I had
Yanchao,
memory-
Yanfu, and...
I had a memory lapse. I had a memory lapse and thought that Pangoro was from Gen 5 for a moment.
It,
I'm
it
gonna
does
look
have
up-
very Gen 5 energy, to be fair. Easy to forget it's French. France, famous for its pandas.
Yeah, and people were getting like, I remember seeing people get really mad about the fact that Lillipup wasn't in Pokemon Sword and Shield, like it was the most massive betrayal Game Freak had ever did, and oh my gosh, they were disrespecting the country. But like, Pokemon have never really matched up with what the country they're based on, which is why we get stuff like pandas in France, as you said, or I'm trying to think of some example from Gen 1, but there's a, like, or I don't really. Oh, I'm trying to think, because a lot of Pokemon that aren't based on things that animals that are found in Japan, but are very clearly based on a specific animal, are only found in the Savari zone, which implies they're not native to Kanto, like Kangaskhan or
No, no,
Tauros.
in, like, every gen, so you got that.
There's what in every gen?
Palm trees, Executor.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I'm
let's
only like
see.
really iffy that Pyroar doesn't show up in Galar because there was a really missed opportunity to have Pyroar and Rapidash architecture over there. That would have been really fun.
Okay.
Something
Actually,
something C.S. Lewis.
The whole thing about the lion and the unicorn, they had a battle and then they gave them fruitcake, and it's something to do with colonising Scotland.
Yeah,
Oh, also, Heather, you named all the pure fighting types in Gen 5. There were a lot of
I didn't
types.
I didn't realize you fought a unicorn, Tess.
No.
You fist fights unicorns every morning, didn't you know?
It's the English way.
Types were the other ones that are really important. Every ice type in Gen 5 is also monotype, which is
Except
unfortunate.
Kieran, but of all like 3 of them, but
If we're gonna
Free
have an
evolution.
ice type gym leader, they'd all be pure ice types. If you had an ice type fighting
forgot-
trainer,
I had the memory ups and forgot that the ice cream Pokemon existed.
I have one, and I named him after the Smiley Boy from Eurovision 2019.
Did you know that in all of the Pokemon designed by James Turner, who is English, were in the base version of Sword and Shield, except for Ultra Beasts, obviously, because they're a bit incongruous, literally.
Oh, I think I just saw the cargo going down the rails.
This also kind of reminds me of the mine in Monster Hunter stories, with this one with the boss that's like the most frustrating boss in the game, because it has this attack that can inflict a starter's condition that insta kills you in like 3 turns. It's like Perish Song, but you can't switch out the rider. But also, like, the reminds me, I just wanted to say is like for like an hour now. I just really hated. I just really don't like Monster Hunter stories. It just feels unfairly difficult. And I know that Monster Hunter games have a reputation for being hard, but this is a spin-off that's clearly trying to target towards kids because it's all very bright and cutesy, has more prominence to felines than what I know about the main series, and it even got a tie-in anime that's like Pokemon or Yokai Watch, which was really huge in Japan at the time.
Just hang on. Belated realization that did I mishear, or did you go like full Craig Revel Horwood and say Startus?
I've always said it as status in my head instead of status because I first read the word in Pokemon, but I didn't know how it was pronounced. So
Oh no!
the pronunciation I assumed it was. It always stuck with me.
It's Nagito.
Americans. Just say it like Americans. It's all status over here.
But anyway, because like for example, monsters have there are like 5 different tiers of type effectiveness, elemental effectiveness. So even though there are only 4 elements, there's lots of combinations. But like, it's not obvious from a monster's design what its element association will be, or what its weaknesses will be, because they're not like consistently like, oh, this monster is this type, so it's weak to these. It's just kind of like, oh, this monster is kind of on a case-by-case basis, so that just makes it harder to memorize than Pokemon. And once again, I get that's in the main series, but this is a spin-off that's trying to target a younger audience. And if I, who was a teenager at the time, found it frustrating, then who knows how, then I can imagine that the kids the game was made for would give up really early on.
Because of the call quality, it sounded like you said teenager. That is all.
Okay. It's not even like, okay, to be fair, and when I played Pokemon Diamond, I got frustrated a lot, but it's not because it was hard, it's because I kept getting lost. So, but in Monster Hunter Stories, there isn't really that many opportunity for exploration, because you basically go, oh, here, you go to this area, now you go to this area. I mean, there was this time I wandered off the beaten path and got attacked by a Yankutku, so that was kind of cool, but that's about it, really.
I tried to distract Nagito by spinning at him, and he's having none of it.
Oh, and there's also the fact that in order to get a specific monster, you basically it's luck-based, because you get monsters by stealing eggs from dens, but it's in, like, you can only see one at a time, and you basically go through a list from one direction, and there's a random chance that a certain kind of egg will appear in that den. And sometimes, and there are 4 different appearances that each species eggs can have. So it is really so many times I picked up an egg thinking it was one I hadn't gotten before, but it actually was. And also the rider is really underpowered, which kind of undercuts the whole theme of man and beast fighting together. Although it's like, I really like, was just saying, because I really like the atmosphere of the game when I started playing it, because it's like, oh, my first thought when I played it was, oh, this is what I imagine that the medieval Pokemon world must have been like this.
This guy's an asshole! I didn't get a chance to voice any of his lines, but he's an asshole.
I love him. He's so pretty.
Not Nagito Kamaida.
Nagito didn't have boobs like this.
Also, yeah, this guy specializes in psychic types.
Aw, but I'm the even though I prefer the dark type, but still.
One of my favourite Gen 8 Pokemon, Slowbro, Galarian Slowbro that is, Indeedee and Rapidash, are all psychic types.
There's just a lot of people just keep thinking. Galar.
And so this is why I decided to get white instead of black as a kid, even though I didn't end up using it because I was still in the phase where I only used my starter. Started replaying White 2 a few days ago.
Gen 5 is good.
Wait, what's good against fairy types? I could never remember. Fairy type is a foreign concept to me.
Poison.
Really?
Dark, I believe.
Dark is half damage.
Oh.
Just poison and steel.
Yeah.
Steel?
Not dark.
What kind of logic is that?
Because cold iron kills fairies in mythology.
Oh, okay.
Or you can just think of it as anything that might deforest something. So poison kills the trees and kills the fairies. And
Fire,
steel,
ice.
industry, and civilization keeps them away.
And
Fire
that's how
and ice.
Fern Gully happened. I actually watched Fern Gully as a kid. I don't remember much about it besides, like, scene that sticks out the most is when the human introduces the woodland critters to his Walkman, of all things.
Love is a good song.
I don't even remember the ending of the movie. Like, I know basically they beat the bad guy at the end, but what else happens?
That isn't a Pokemon. That's what happens when Kirby inhales an enemy that's sleeping.
Like, there's a lot of. I've watched a lot of movies that have been reviewed by the Nostalgia Critic, like Thomas and the Magic Railroad and Care Bears movie 2 and New Beginning. And there's probably Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
That's like my life as a child, was just all of those movies.
What's a movie? I don't watch anything ever.
But nowadays I just
It's
don't
like
have
a cutscene that keeps going for 2 hours.
But nowadays I just don't really have the attention span to watch movies because I've been procrastinating on watching Onward for months.
Same.
Don't spoil it.
Bucket list at this point of all the movies I haven't watched. Meanwhile, I played Distance for the 8th time today, you know.
Distance.
Hey, why does this fool crave so many wishing stars? All you need is one.
All you need is one. Dun 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 dun.
I love the Hatna line. I love that they're just like, if you have a strong emotion in my vicinity, I will cry.
Relatable.
Oh yeah, another fairy type Pokemon that was introduced in Gen 7 was Comfey, which I also forgot about.
Comfey's weird. It's just Klefki, but less interesting.
It looks it and it sounds it. From what little I know about Gen 7.
And there's Shiinotic, and I got one in my playthrough of Sun, but I just didn't end up using it that much. It's based on fairy rings, so that's cool. And there's Mimikyu, which is apparently based on a fairy whose a horrifying ugliness causes it to be forever alone.
It's the story Patrick tells SpongeBob, you know.
Well, it's kind of fun. Hey.
There once was a barnacle that was really ugly.
Okay, cool.
You were so ugly that everyone died.
That impression of Patrick is so spot on that that impression of Patrick is so spot on that I don't know who's saying that.
Which one? We all did it!
Time cone.
Oh, anyway.
No,
Saying,
this
according
is
to according to Wikipedia, Mimikyu also shares similarities with the Google Nose, a Breton myth about a kind and gentle fairy spirit whose horrifying ugliness causes it to be perpetually alone. It's the forever alone.
That's not a Pokemon! Also, I mean, Milcery, get out of the way, there's a small child.
Try to catch it, Tess.
I would, but there's this
The
milky thing in
child.
the way. I'm being attacked by milk!
You don't kidnap 420 children. That's wrong.
Ah, I've attracted the other one. Everyone is here.
Yeah.
Why Why is Milcery so terrifying?
To get to the other side.
Oh no.
Well, that sure did just happen.
Yep.
Oh, you could actually talk to the trainers. Wait, well, what about the... Milky child, get out of the way so I can... Step aside! There is a sweet spot here. There we go. Who is Susan?
Who was phone?
My name is Mr. Susan, and now it is time for you to do the choosing.
What?
You know, the mirror world. It looks more like a small room with approximately 7 mirrors in it, but the presence of a mirror makes a room appear larger.
Oh, by the way, have you seen that episode of Pokemon X and Y called The Cave of Mirrors? I'm a sucker for alternate universes, and basically in that episode, Ash gets lost in the reflection cave and goes to a parallel universe where everyone's personalities are the opposite and the sky is green.
How original.
It's so weird.
And also at the end, it's revealed that Team Rocket in the parallel universe are good guys. So does that mean that the parallel universe versions of the heroes are bad guys?
They're the bad guys.
And Ash has been
Duh.
helping the villains this whole time.
Who knows? That's the mystery.
My curry is on fire.
Those other two
I
people
feel that
really
I'm
aren't
on
helping us.
fire.
We didn't start fire. It was always burning since the world. I'm singing it the wrong way around.
Oh God, it's still
We
burning.
didn't start the fire. It was always turning since the world's been burning. No.
Yay!
Also, I wanted to listen to We Didn't Start the Fire at the end of last year, but I forgot and then I slept through midnight because I hadn't been getting good sleep for the past few days, and I wanted to make sure I had a good night's sleep that night.
Pasta! Oh wait, okay, to be fair, they did put pasta into that one. I saw them do it. It looked like a computer chip, but whatever.
Computer chip faster.
That done text just looks really out of place. It looks like what's it called again? It looks like it's Microsoft Word art. So what is it with the really slow curry eating animation?
Dramatic spees.
Dramatic spees.
I don't speak English.
Luna have flowers on it? Has Luna always had flowers? That I never realized that.
I thought that. Wait, was that a Muna or a Mashana? I've forgotten already.
that was
Luna
Luna
has-
didn't have
yeah.
the big snog. Oh my God! It always had flowers. What is this?
I used to find Mushana. When I was little, I found Mushana creepy.
Musharna is creepy. It's terrifying and weird and horrifying and eats your dreams.
It's the original origin of it's actually cake.
What?
The mist emanating from their foreheads is packed with the dreams of people and Pokemon. With the mist spun its forehead, it can create shapes of things from genes it has eaten. Ah! I hate this thing. I hate this thing so much.
I'm just saying, if you stick a knife into it, then like sort of pull the pieces apart, it's cake on the inside.
Cake? All Pokemon are cake.
I mean, isn't Muna and Marsharna based on the same thing that Drowsy is based on?
Yeah, but they're
Yep.
cuter.
Yeah, they're cuter and more pig-shaped and more friend-shaped, and I love
And they're
More
pink
like-
and with
more like-
flowers.
They're based
And
on
more like
figures.
dream focused than like the hypnotism and falling asleep aspect. It's more like once you're asleep, the dreaming part.
it. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I
Less
suppose.
creepy Pokedex entries, and somehow eating people's dreams is less creepy than whatever.
Oh.
they got for-
This reminds me of one of my favourite Pokedex entries in Pokemon Sun, Drowsy, a Pokemon that nourishes itself by eating dreams. It is thought to share common ancestry with Muna and Mushana.
Oh, there we go.
That reminds me of, wasn't there one Pokedex entry of in Sun and Moon, which is like it involves like Pokemon burning someone's house down or something.
Oh, jeez, I know what you're talking about, too. Hang on.
I'll get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down!
Is that a reference to something?
Portal 2.
You know who I am? I'm Cave Johnson! I'm the man who will burn your house down with those lemons!
Yeah!
I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade! Make life take the lemons back! Get mad!
Yeah! Take the lemons!
You know,
Demand to see Life's manager.
we have an episode of the Let's Play after that. Make life take the lemons back. Which one was it?
I mean, it's probably named after the line, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Why was the what?
The what?
What? I was too busy fighting an acorn.
What the heck was the what?
Sorry, I was too busy punching an acorn. Oh!
I just found out
Lion nut?
German name is Somnium, which is a combination of Latin for dream and German for yum.
Tasty.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm distracted. Keep talking.
Greta has evolved and she is a good boy, but you know what I mean.
She is a good boy.
Yeah, it's a gender neutral term. That there's
A good boy.
there's good boy and there's good boy brackets female and then there's good boy brackets other. And I mean that in a considerate, like, you don't have to be male to be a good boy.
All Nido Rans are Nido Queens.
Speaking of which, in Gen 8, they changed a few Pokemon's egg groups. Like they put Noivern, and Trapinch's evolutionary line in the Dragon Egg group, but Nidorina and Nidoqueen still can't breed, and this bothers me on an irrational level.
But are Skitty and Wailord still in the same group?
They can't at all.
Probably. This has gone quiet.
It requires more research.
But they can't at all. Like the Nidorino line can't breed at all.
You can't fight me through a wall!
Clearly they can!
This is illegal, you know!
That is mahogany!
They will punch their fist through the wall into your face.
That reminds me of a Tumblr post where, like, it's like that moment when your cat wants to come into the bathroom and it's just, like, Litten, and you just see this paw under the door going, wow. The Torracat, just a hole has been burned in the door with just Torracat's face just coming through, like, hey, and then Incineroar, just this fist that has come through the door.
Oh, I was just reading Mishana's article on Bulbapedia, and its Pokédex entry in this game, Sword, is when dark mists emanate from its body, don't get too near. If you do, your nightmares will become reality.
Yep.
It's got dark.
Oh no, not the metal poles!
Metal. Oh yeah.
Meow.
That reminds me. In yesterday's episode of QI, there was someone saying, Bill Bailey said that once someone gave him a theremin that was mounted inside of a badger.
Cool!
Wait, what?
No.
Well, I have now learned that if you hurt yourself and then pour snow onto a lily pad on top of a frog, then it dies. What does? Yes.
Oh, you were thinking of Drampa, Alex. Or Drampa.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Wait, what?
If a child has made friends with is bullied, Drampa will find the bully's house and burn it to the ground.
You said that. You don't sound exactly like Joe. We said that in the same intonation as he would.
Oh,
I
that
pride
was.
myself on my factual representation for horrifying world of Pokemon.
Jim, it's the official Pokédex voice.
Yes.
Hire him, Game Freak, or OLM.
The
Pokemon
Pokédex
International. Yeah, hire, yes, get the J-Witch to voice the Pokédex in every language, including ones he doesn't speak.
I think the Stuffle and Beware are a fun little terrifying folks.
Beware is fun. I love
Where they're like,
What's up with Drizzle's not Drizzle. Oh, it's the room. Drizzle's animation for water balls. It has like gets a ball of water in its hand and throws it. But I thought water balls was supposed to be like a ring or an ultrasonic wave.
I think it's just that like different Pokemon have their own animations for like for their own physical and special attacks, and that one might like override the Water Pulse one because it's such a like it has its own water.
Yeah, because the Pokédex entry for Drizzle allegedly says that it's made of cheese and it throws balls. It may not be made of cheese. The owls are no longer pregnant.
That reminds me, I have this really weird memory of biting into a baby bell and then a bee flew out of it, and I can't remember if it was a dream or not.
It was probably... How would a bee fit inside a block of solid cheese? Also, I'm glad you carried on talking, because otherwise it would have sounded like, this one time I bit into a baby. Because, I mean, same.
What? Clever combatant. This Pokemon battle using water balloons created with moisture secreted from its palms. Oh dear. It started out really nice, and they got really, really bad.
Also, like, all the fully evolved starters are based on British things, and like, for some reason the Brillaboom just immediately reminds me of that one Cadbury's advert with the drumming gorilla.
As well it should. That's how I first heard that song, and I've never heard the full song, I've only heard the advert version.
I don't remember what the song is.
It was Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight.
Phil Collins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how it goes.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
It sounded like the EastEnders theme at first.
Yes.
Partly because of my terrible singing.
But then I can't sing either.
Yes, you can.
Sometimes I start singing songs to myself, usually ones that are in another language. Usually anime openings.
There was
really
one time.
Frustrating because you don't know what the lyrics are after a while, and you're like, jeez. All I know is the first like 6 syllables, and then you get that stuck in a loop.
Oh yeah, because I've done like that recently with the theme song for this anime called BNA Brand New Animal, which is called Ready To in English, not Ready To Go. Which is like the second line of the song. It's just Ready To. Because it's in Japanese, obviously, and I haven't really read translations of it very often, so I haven't committed one to memory. And there's also the fact that it's really fast and has a lot of really long words in it. So when I tried to sing it to myself, like the entire first half of the first 2 lines of the first verse, I just cannot remember the words for the life of me.
It's Ready 1 and Ready 2.
Well, also, you might like BNA, Tess. Like, I've tried recommending it to you before. It's about furries. I don't really talk too much about my opinions on it because I don't want to taint anyone's experience of it, but basically it's about this alternate version of Earth where humans have always coexisted with beast men, which are anthropomorphic animals that can take on human forms as well. And one day this human girl becomes a beast man, and a year later she decides to go to this city that had recently been set up for beast men in order to find a better life. And then she gets in, and then she ends up realizing there's a conspiracy going on, and befriends this really stoic wolf guy who's sort of the police, but not really.
The police?
I described it as Zootopia with humans. It's not really like that because the main character isn't a rabbit.
I've seen it. I actually really enjoyed it. It's definitely like it's I think like aesthetically and musically and everything, it is like absolutely gorgeous and fantastic. I do have like there's like a few problems with the plot where it's like okay, you could have like done that, could have handled that in a way that wasn't bad, but other than that, like it's a really good, like I would recommend it.
Like the other day on a Discord server that I'm in, but none of you are, there was someone started a conversation with it's a My Little Pony one. You probably wouldn't like it anyway. Someone started a conversation about bot contrivance, and basically he was saying that like in Pirates of the Caribbean, the Jack having a compass that happens to point towards the treasure is a bit convenient, but it works because A, pirates have some sort of stories usually have some sort of mysticism involved in them, and B, they still actually have to work to get the treasure because they have to go there. Whereas like a bad example of contrivance is Ray just happening to trip up against a bunch of trip over a bunch of plot important stuff in the Star Wars sequel trilogy because she didn't have to work to get it. But like, to be honest, like one of the plot twists in BNA, without going into too much detail, is just like it's not a kind of contrivance that makes the plot something easier for the protagonist, but it is a contrivance that just really requires a lot of things to go wrong in order for it to happen, and just feels really anticlimactic because it just kind of it's the whole main mystery of the show and gets answered not even in the last episode because it's not the main conflict because those are different things. And he's just like, and because like, and basically the plot twist was also revealed by a character who was lying about literally everything else, so I was expecting that to turn out to be a lie. And then I realised that they accidentally created a metaphor for HIV.
Oh.
Oh.
So what I was going to say about 10 minutes ago at this point is, shout out to the fact that on the subject of singing along with songs, I think Alex made a point of adding this to my TV tropes page. There was a time where I was singing along with a song that was in Croatian, and then the song ended, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't speak Croatian.
You forgot that you don't speak Croatian.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, I've considered one day doing a game where, like, I ask people to name countries in a stream chat and I say everything I know about them because to test my knowledge. Because honestly, I don't know much about Croatia other than it's where Dalmatians come from.
Really?
Well,
That's really cool.
the name of the country is also where we get the word cravat from.
Oh yeah, because I think I heard about that on QI or something. Or maybe it was only Connect. I don't want some TV show.
Yeah,
And when
only
I-
connect.
101
And when
Croatian.
The first time I heard about cravat was when I was reading about the Sixth Doctor's outfit on TV tropes of all things. Because before, they don't know what's the difference between a cravat and a tie.
Well, clearly the solution is to ask Miles Edgeworth, because there is a moment involving his cravat in one of the spin-off games.
Well, that reminds me, I've been mildly interested in Ace Attorney, but not like interested enough to actually really want to desperately play it ASAP. I'm just worried I might get bored of it really quickly because it's just a lot of text. And I know that's the whole point.
That the easiest way to enjoy Ace Attorney is to voice every single character. That gets really fun really fast.
I was about to say I don't think I'd like it because I get bored of Professor Layton, and then I realised the reason why I've never beaten a Layton game is because I always give up because I get stuck on a puzzle.
I did the.
Ditto.
I've been voicing. Well, I haven't in this stream, but I've been voicing this, and it's been a good time for me. So yeah.
I know. How about you let the co-commentators do some voicing?
Because
Oh no, the delay.
yeah, there's too much delay, and what if by the time it's their time they can't words in time, and there's time. It's time to go to time.
Also, I think I'll leave this chat and go to bed at about 10 PM.
That's fair enough.
Which is in about 20 minutes from now in anyone who's in a different time zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time to take a bath.
What do you mean? We're already clean. Scrub till the water's brown.
Water's brown.
I keep watching the game theory videos about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, even though I'm not even actually that into it because I just like them. Is it okay? I heard they were better than most game theory videos.
Game theory's good. People are just
Film
salty.
theory, not game theory. But nowadays, film theory, game theory just seems very trend chasey because, like, oh, let's talk about the latest trend game. Oh, look, Among Us.
I
Look,
it's
Minecraft.
I think it's fun to like. I haven't seen a whole lot of like game theory or any like specific videos of that nature, but like I do always enjoy like getting way too into the details of something and like coming up with like theories that like even if they're like definitely not actually intended in canon or definitely not like they don't like they're not all the way like something that is necessarily true. It's still like really fun to just get into like what could be and like just for fun, break down the mechanics and everything. And I think that's really fun.
And I will say, in fairness to the Game Theory channel, I do feel for them because like to an extent they kind of have to be trend chasey to a certain extent because those videos are relatively costly and time consuming to produce, so they have to sort of predict what the trends are going to be in order to make any return whatsoever on their videos so that they can afford to do ones on subjects that they want to do. So I do feel for them because they get so much shit for people who just don't like their theories. And just the internet is so intent on finding something to cancel them over, and that's just not fair. Be nice. Matt, Pat, and Stephanie, they're good people. Notice me, Matt Pie.
I don't really believe most game theories. I just kind of watch them because I think they're for basically, ironically, or brain off entertainment.
I haven't watched anything but FNAF from them in years, but I'm still happy with the products they've thrown out.
Are you planning to catch this Meow?
I'm gonna try to. That's... No, I just thought I'd keep slapping it with my least effective move. Bind notwithstanding.
Yay!
You can do it, Tess!
No.
I'm gonna punch this cat to death.
Yeah, not some. I like how the Galarian forms look a bit more like different from the original forms than the Alolan forms do, which is as I was trying to say earlier. Because like Alolan Meowth, to be honest, is just a recolor of regular Meowth.
And Persian, Alolan Persian. I was gonna say Persian Meowth, like specifically.
Yeah, Alolan Persian is not Garfield.
Alolan Persian just ate some bees.
Like I've sometimes like this year, last year I started watching a bunch of cat videos, and there's this one channel called British Shorthair Cat Ben and Philip, and now I just can't look at Alolan Persian without thinking of that. It's someone who does a bunch of TikTok videos and bring those onto YouTube, where they dub audio from various things over footage of a cat.
Okay.
That's funny.
Meow.
No.
I think the cat channel I've watched the most is Rachel and June's Adventures. There are a couple of vloggers who live in Japan, and they have 4 cats at the moment. For a long time they only had 3, but they got a new one a few months ago. They rescued her.
That's a lot of cats.
Hang on. Someone who has access to the Google and knowledge of Eurovision. What's the name of the lead singer of Fused Mark? Because I want to name this Meowth after her, because just same feral energy.
Wait, what's up with Alolan? What's up? Not Alolan. Galarian Meowth's beard. It looks like a frog's neck. It's when it ripples like that. It just looks wrong.
Oh, jeez, Tess, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Neither do I.
Oh,
I've just looked it up.
I'm sending it to you regardless.
Thank you.
It's Victoria, but it's spelt weirdly.
A K and a J, perhaps?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So just
I think it's
just Victoria then.
yeah.
No, I was
It's
trying
just-
with the last name, like...
Victoria
Ivana-
Ivanovskaya! Bitches, please.
Even off Sky. I like that. Even off Sky. Even on Sky, even.
Give me a break, Tess. I'm learning French, Spanish, and Italian. Give me a break.
But of course, the only real approach is to get good.
But really, people who say that are beef jerky.
I jumped off a stone, and now I'm behind a tree. I don't even know where the town starts. Also, I misheard this child and thought appearing with a pike. Oh no, he's going to mount my head on a bridge.
You misheard text.
Yes,
Yeah.
Appearing with a pike, he's presenting you with a fish.
that too. Also, Joltik is baby.
Yeah.
It never properly occurred to me just how tiny Joltik is until I played the second Pokepark game, where they're more or less to scale, and they are so weeny! They are so small!
So much.
What Pokemon is so small?
Just imagine just like a horde of them run towards it going, all going, oh, what's this? Oh, what's this?
Joltik is too fun now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're tiny and they have the perpetual oh face. Also, a lot of the time I forget that Grubbin exists. Because Charger Bug is just that iconic. Not even necessarily in a good way.
That reminds me, when I was playing Sun, I really wanted another special attacker, So, and then someone told me that Vikavolt had a really high special attack stat, which I didn't assume it would have because its previous evolutions had higher attack. And also the fact that you couldn't evolve Vikavolt and Charge Bug into Vikavolt until almost the end of the game in Vast Pony Canyon.
Yeah.
And also, when I first played White 2, I went through the entire game without evolving my Magneton because I didn't realise Charge Stone Cave counted as an electromagnetic area, even though it was really obvious.
I kind of just like that they were so obvious within that gen. Gen 7 didn't have something that obvious. They're like, oh yeah, this random valley. You can evolve your stuff here. Which is news to me.
Well, you know, sometimes heat.
Only sometimes.
Sometimes cold.
Sometimes.
Well, you know what's colder than Coldy Freeze? Really cold!
Okay.
Freeze sounds like the name of something out of a Pokémon ripoff.
Go, Coldy Freeze!
Coldy Freeze.
Fingers!
Are we back to the Bingus again?
Fingers, Crimbus, Dingus.
You know, the Crimbus Dingus, the festive idiot.
Oh no. Oh no.
Ah, yes, Tess, your present should be in the post.
Yay! Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't I keep this pumpkin?
Because we have pumpkins at home.
The pumpkin at home, actually a pumpkin.
I remember
The pumpkin refuses you.
I got the event Pumpkaboo with its hidden ability in Pokemon Y years ago, and I used it on my first ever attempt at making a competitive team, so I kind of like it for that reason.
I don't believe in competition.
I don't like trade evolutions because I rarely have a chance to play Pokemon with other people in person. So I kind of wish that like one day, in the next Pokemon game, they introduce an NPC that lets you do trade evolutions without actually trading. Because if you do it with someone over the GTS, then there's a high chance that they won't return your Pokemon.
Trade evolutions require that we have friends, and none of us do.
Not even each other.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never met any of you.
How could you say that when I sent you a Christmas card containing a rant about liquid wood, which I completely forgot what I... Oh no, there's a sheep happening. But
What am I doing here?
Meanwhile, you named the pumpkin in Jamie Lee, and the first thing I thought it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
no, the other one.
No, really, that was very
Three
sweet.
bits.
Thank you.
Especially like why they introduced trade with item evolutions. I understand it in Gen 2 because they needed an explanation for why this Pokemon weren't obtainable in the original version because you couldn't get the items then. But then later generations it just feels completely arbitrary, like Swirlix and
Swirlix and Aromatisse are the ones that I'm really.
I forgot what Aromatisse's pre-evolution is called. Spritzy, that's it.
Okay, so Milo's number is 831. Tell me, Heather, why is that funny?
831. Oh, I don't remember the puns for this stuff. Hang on.
Oh, I'll look it up.
Is there even a town to Turf Field? You've got a stadium, a Pokemon Center, and a house. That doesn't quite make a town, you know. Even in the UK. In fact, especially in the UK.
It's called
Everyone's game made their
It's called Turf Field because it's nothing but a field. Wait, isn't this the one with the giant painting on the wall on the hillside?
Everyone playing this game made their like back numbers be like 69 or 420 or whatever, and there's been my favorite number because but everyone can get joy from it in their own ways.
Oh, but
I guess.
on Wikipedia, Milo's uniform number is 831, which in Japanese sounds like yasai, which means vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Tails.
Yeah, they're all like that, and it's fantastic. I love every single one of these.
That's so cute. That's good.
There's
Meanwhile, I went with 641 because of course.
And I went with 6. But the unfortunate thing is...
6, because that's my age.
The unfortunate thing is, I specifically put 06, which, in hindsight... Oh, not 06.
Oh, Sonic.
Came out in 2006, like
Yeah, 2006 was the great year for gaming, don't you know?
It was a great year for Eurovision, at least.
Some of my favorites, but
we.
Was it?
What else came out in 2006? I'm trying to think. Besides just video games, like what movies came out? It wasn't a Pixar movie in 2006, was there?
probably there was always
No,
a
'cause-
Pixar movie.
No, there wasn't in 2006 though, because there was Cars and there was Ratatouille. Was there something in between them that I've forgotten about?
Well,
No,
I don't-
The Incredibles.
I don't have anything of value to add to the conversation, but my brain did just sort of go, Ratatouille, 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 let me go. Yes, if I set them up at the side for me. I don't even
Tess
like
wrote
Queen.
The Ratatouille TikTok music. This Tess secretly wrote the Ratatouille musical.
I did not.
That's
Ohio.
the joke.
There's a Ratatouille musical?
Yeah.
Oh no. That
There's a
sounds
Frozen
awesome.
musical.
It started on TikTok, and like it was.
But Frozen
Yeah.
is a musical.
I mean,
Oh,
I was
look,
gonna
there's
say.
Oh
We're
look,
on
at
about-
graphic cones. Are they Diglets?
I was on about the Ratatouille musical. That started on TikTok.
The owls are pregnant again.
Oh no.
Oh,
I don't-
no.
I don't watch TikTok and I only know about it because of YouTubers talking about it.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's like the replacement for Vine.
Yeah.
The thing is, actual Vine 2 exists, and it's called Byte, but nobody used it. Fingers,
Yeah,
fingers.
TikTok has like longer videos and more editing, I think, and so it's just become kind of its own social media more so than Vine was, because Vine was more of like a limited format to make fun stuff on, and TikTok actually like has almost just like with all the features that it has become like an actual social media form.
Because like the TikTok related thing I watch the most is Bunny the Talking Dog, which is it's sheepadoodle who's has buttons with words recorded on them, and they're originally on TikTok, but the owner of the channel puts them into compiles the clips and posts them on YouTube.
Outside lady. That stuff's fun.
Have you seen heard of Billy Speaks? Someone tried to get a cat to do the same thing, and she just like says "mad" a lot and outside. And
That's
she
what I
always
say a
looks-
lot.
Yeah, I feel.
It reminds me of that part in Pokemon X and Y where you have to chase a Furfrou around the garden.
I remember that. Also, Furfrou was one of my first shiny Pokemon.
Congratulations,
My
Dad.
first shiny Pokemon was a Corsola
And
I found in Pokemon Y, and I decided to like save it for contests when Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire came out because I knew that I assumed the remakes were coming.
and
I named it
Never had
Ruby.
a shiny.
And I was gonna say as well, is this gonna be the place where you set up camp and then sometimes a Stonjourner will just randomly join your party, but then
Oh, that's horrifying.
there's that photo cutout. I just pointed at the TV like any of you can see, but like there's that photo cutout thing there, and like, yep, I'm fairly sure you'll get Stonjourner in this sort of area.
But you don't apparently get it in the same place that it's a version exclusive, and you can find it in the same place that the ice penguin that I've forgotten the name of
Ice
is
Cube.
in a newer
Ice
version.
Cube?
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is horrifying.
I love Ice Cube so much. It's horrendous, but it's adorable.
Horrendous but adorable.
Its ability
Thanks.
would be good if it like replenished while there was hail instead of like as soon as hail began. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate it couldn't be better, because that works around the biggest problem with ice types right there. So, you know. It's not frail if it just keeps growing back ahead.
I like this interaction here where, thanks for listening to me. I'll give you a league card, but not mine. Ha ha. Oh, hey, I want to go out on a date sometime. Here's someone else's number.
Alright. I like how Sonia's eyes, or Milo's eyes, or not Milo, Sonia's eyes match the highlights on her clothes. You can't see that right now because she's got her eyes closed, but
No, she
still.
doesn't.
She pretty.
Talking about like growing new heads
No.
and being called
Finger,
frail.
finger.
It's like
You see it now.
frail but immortal.
Why are there cans of soda inside these bird baths?
Well, for the birds. For the birds.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually
Sometimes the birds just want to crack open a cold one with the boys.
it's actually pronounced La Crow.
No, it's Lacaw.
Are you going to be okay, Heather?
Anyway, I kind of want to get to bed now, so I'm going to leave the voice chat. Bye.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest
Have a
of
good
the
sleep.
Have a fresh noodle.
Good night. That'll work.
It's so quiet.
It's so still. No.
I do not like that you found a bottle of fresh water at the lowest water fountain that like all of the probably animals are drinking out of. Like
Moist.
no.
Yum.
Oh dear.
Now I've just got when he was a young warthog stuck in my head now, thanks.
But he was
I was
a
young
warthog. Potatoes and 50 kinds of pancake. Defeat the marching band.
We have fun here.
We do. Oh, does this mean that you can refight the gym leaders even if you've already killed them?
I don't know.
Well, you're gonna have trouble if they're dead.
What dinged?
Except for the ghost type.
That was me. That was me that dinged.
That was perfect timing.
Well,
Hell, I'll drink to that.
well, you know.
Open your mouth and ding.
Diggy diggy ding ding ding, hugly the king and ing. Ah, it's Goofy! Hey there, thanks for rolling by to have a chat with your mate, the Ball Gag. As a sign of our friendship, let me give you a wonderful Pokeball. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up, save me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my dog.
Oh, young Johnson.
Oh, Don Piano.
No. Why ya? I live long day.
It's uniform time. Wait, hang on. I just turned into fucking Dreamcast Crazy Taxi. It's party time. Let's have some fun. And then yeah. And then The Offspring for about 20 minutes. And also Bad Religion, I think, is the name of the other group. Unless you're playing the Steam version, in which case they've changed all the songs.
Yeah, it's called Good Religion.
They all converted.
I just came out of a Mario pipe and now I need to do gymnastics? What fresh hell is this? Fingers. Okay, so the local... What is wrong with your face, sir? Did you headbutt a bowl of Angel Delight?
I don't like that his mustache is like flat. Like it looks like it's just a texture applied to his face and not like a three-dimensional.
Well,
It's just a freaking me that they just edited. No.
it's time to harass some sheep instead of fighting anyone. What's a gym puzzle?
Just drew his mustache onto his face with a marker.
Keep rolling.
Gotta keep on rolling.
How many songs are there that roll? Also, can I fight this dog?
Rolling around at the speed of sheep.
Got places to go, gotta follow my rain. Meh. Wait, I want to fight the dog. It won't let me fight the dog.
Real sheep hours.
When did the Dreamer family start singing?
Oh.
Meow. He has to send you packing at his job.
He will help me prepare for the trip overseas. Which one? I don't know.
All of them. All 7 of them.
Oh. There and back again, but several times, and the last time isn't back as well.
I thought you meant how many C's.
Oh. Seas.
Overseas?
Yeah, when are we gonna get that Pokemon generation? Pokemon Sass and Pokemon Seas? or alternatively...
Pokemon Suspicious and Pokemon Sips.
Pokemon Trustworthy and Pokemon Sus. And...
Sip Sip.
And Pokemon My Boy and Pokemon Spaghetti.
So, Pokemon Sus would have Among Us as their mascot, right?
Yeah.
Bet. Am I cool yet?
Yeah, Amoonguss has been promoted to legendary status.
I just realized it's the same sheep each time. But first I need to punch a child. Don't ask me, it's just my job.
Please don't punch children.
Yeah, that's bad for you. The children will be fine.
That reminds me of that...
As teacher, I must prohibit this behaviour.
Okay, you're valid. It reminds me of that Tumblr post where it's like, hey, why do children like getting thrown around so much? It turns out it's because it's good for them.
That is true.
Yeet your children.
Well, not... Well, it's like, you know, they're fun.
Yeah, where I live, that's probably not a good idea, because otherwise you could just yeet them off the balcony.
Oh, so...
Goodbye. That's their problem.
I'm not going to say anything, but I will say hee hee.
Well, on that note, I need to go for a bit, so I'll be back later if you aren't finished by then.
Yay.
Have a good one.
Did he say he had to go for a pee?
I thought he said he had to go for a bit or go to bed. I'm just like, well,
I
it's like...
heard bit, although at this point I'm not sure. Maybe
He said he'd be back, so they'd probably
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Because I was just like, what? It's like 6 in the evening there, I think. I don't know.
Here it-
where Alex is, but it's no later than 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I think Alex is in the same time zone as well, so 5. Same as me.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Because I know...
Okay.
Because I know in the time zone where my brother-in-law lives, it's like 4 hours behind the UK time, so that's probably where I'm getting 6 from. But yeah.
Is that like Nova Scotia or something? I'm sure there's somewhere that's like...
Prince Edward Island, which is near Nova Scotia, so...
Yeah, that's right. There's the tiny little places off to the side I always forget about. That's true.
Yeah, that place.
The tiny little places. I like that.
This girl's eyes are upside down and I'm disturbed.
She's just very tired.
I mean, same.
She gets more tired every time someone points out that her eyes are upside down.
And the opposing team is too nervous to eat berries. Good, one of your team is literally a berry.
Yeah, and that'd be kind of good. I'm delicious.
Yeah, they're anxious about bothering their friend.
And
They're like, is this cannibalism? And they're like, you can't tell the difference between me and a berry?
is this allowed?
Is this legal?
If a bounce sweet bites its tongue and goes, oh shit, I'm delicious, what then?
Dun, dun, dun.
Grandchilla spider.
Everyone's growing old. It's like time is passing in the universe. It's the same sheep every time. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh! I didn't realize that beating up children made the dogs behave. I just wanted to kill them for the fun of it.
Well, you know. We've all got
Demons.
That too, I guess.
We've all got dog.
You've got dogs too. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better.
Hey, it smells like up dog in here. What's here? What smell?
Smell.
Ah, re-sniff.
They said go!
God dang it, Void, otherwise known as Dynamax Golurk. Only one person will understand that, and that's Heavy Hev. As opposed to Light Hev.
First of all, it'd be Gigantamax Galar, I would think. Second of all, I do get that, and that's horrifying.
Wait a minute, the stadium wasn't that was just woo! I was like, bear in mind the amount of space that puzzle took up. Why was I thought that was in the main stadium itself, and anyway, it's Mr. No Nose, he has a nose.
It's big and fancy. Galar is very. It's all about big.
Yeah,
Everything's bigger in not Texas.
There's property, because everyone can afford big property because this is out in the farmlands, and also there's sponsors, like how Leon has 5,000 brands on him.
I'm finally going to do a voice, so this will end well.
If someone pledged... Wait, sorry, just real quick. If someone pledged Leon enough money, do you think he would tattoo a brand onto him? That's the end of my question.
I thought he already has. He just never lifted the cape.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Sounds canon to me. Okay, I'm gonna try to do like a John St. John Big the Cat voice, but I can't guarantee anything.
Oh, yes, please.
My first gym's the first one people face, so we get a lot of challenges. That's why I try to keep the gym mission challenging, but that didn't stop you from completing it, Taz. Proper job. Oh, sure seems like you understand Pokemon real well. This is going to be a doozy of a battle. I'm gonna have to Dynamax my Pokemon if I want to win.
I still don't understand how that works.
They just get very big. What's there to not understand?
They're full of dreams.
Yeah, if you love your Pokemon so much, then Clifford happens.
I mean, that is canonically how Clifford got so big.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly my point. It's Clifford mechanics, but they've speedrun it. And it's, I mean, okay, if you want to look at it like in the Pokemon lore, right? There's like Mega Evolution, and that's like kind of also related to like Bond to the trainer and everything. And so it's kind of like there's you have this like
Oh, rip.
I don't know, like yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure Mega Evolution is like at least a little bit connected to like the Pokemon being connected to you, and the same thing with like Z moves and everything. And so all the stuff that like powers Pokemon up and gives them these like temporary big boosts of power is always like related to the same stuff as the themes of Pokemon in general, which is just like, you know, being friends with their trainers and having these like strong bonds and everything. And so it's like it's friendship all the way down. In
Turtles.
Pokemon.
Come on, dude, it's Dynamax time. You're about to be
All the way up.
uprooted.
Ball.
Canonically, according to Gen 7,
Oh, that's a big one.
the Mega Evolution process is so excruciatingly painful.
What?
It needs to trust you and love you in order to go through that nightmare.
What?
And
Where is that
why.
said?
That's sad.
There are about half of the Pokedex entries are. We're still not sure whether or not it's the fact that the Pokedex is a Rotom, and therefore the Rotom is writing all the entries, because the Rotom is just fucking with you.
The Rotom's just like, it's extremely painful, but don't worry about it. You're friends.
If you read through all of the Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon Pokedex entries involved in Megas, there's only one that is explicitly a good thing, and that's Pinsir. It's just really happy to finally be able to fly, but the rest of them, it's like Caesar. Its body, its molten body, is melted down into the new shape. It's extremely excruciating. So apparently, the reason that your Pokemon has to love and trust you so much is because to go through a hell like that, it's gotta know that you have its best interest in mind.
Well,
Dang. And its best interests clearly are defeating some rando in a battle.
Youngster Jimmy and Bug Collector Joey are just, they need to go down. You don't understand, Charizard. You need to go through this with me.
I had a sinful thought.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Hang on a minute.
Pretty standard fare.
So basically, if you had a Rotom, but it was from Scotland, Scrotum. Ladies and gentlemen, giant fucking ice cream!
Yeah, because in Scotland, motors are called motorks.
Well, that was mean. Opened the entire floor and punched me in the underside.
It's very rude.
It's time to be chilly. Hi, welcome to Chile. Just the one.
You only get one.
Chile the country, or
Yes,
You
Chile the cold.
Welcome to Chile. You can be here once.
You only get one chili.
Real hours.
Well, I think that went mostly well. I can't believe Greta's fucking dead, but other than that...
You
wait, this
know
is a Nuzlocke, was it?
Nah.
Okay.
Those days are behind me just because, well, I'm playing this game mostly blind.
Yeah, that is valid.
Plus,
I
it's
do
still
like.
on Nuzlocke.
Is it? I know that like they've made a lot of stuff sort of more user friendly. I know that like one thing that is nice about nuzlocking this game is you can like see what your first encounter will be. You can metagame it.
Oh, that must have been a fulfilling Pokemon battle for you. As proof that you've deleted it.
I've deleted a gym leader!
For the gym challenge, allow me to present you with your very own grass badge. I don't feel so good.
Dissolves. I have deleted a gym leader.
Thanos.
Just
Thanos.
Thanos snapping out.
That was the worst click I've ever done in my life.
The only way to gather badges is to delete every gym leader.
You
Deleted!
Delete. I think you mean defeat.
Now
No, it's delete every time you every
You
time
win a
you, like,
battle, you have the Thanos snap.
yeah.
you get to the end, you get to like Leon or whatever, and they're like, and he's like, oh God, you're the one who's deleted everyone. You're the one who's like, and who's trying to end the world. This is just evil Undertale.
What do you have to
Damn.
say for yourself? Just Monica.
Oh no.
Some advice for you, Tess. The gym challenge has a set order you'll need to follow because what's an open world game anyway? So that means your next stop should be in Hulbury to meet Nessa. Not Netta, that's a different person entirely. Hulbury's just beyond Route 5. Oh. Well, since you got the grass badge, you can enter the wild area.
Yeah, we know how the game works. So you're just gonna stand here for a bit, huh? Okay, but to say the same thing to me twice. Wow, it feels so quiet now that I've stopped doing the deep bass of his voice. Either that or I just killed everyone in the chat. I can't believe everyone's dead.
I'm not dead.
Oh, good. Hi, welcome to Chile. Again.
I feel like I should be, but I'm not.
I mean, same.
Dark.
Okay, someone who knows this game, is there a better place to sell, like, the nugget mushroom stuff? Or can I just do it anywhere?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I've not gotten that far in Shield, to be honest.
Heather, Joff,
Yeah.
who buys
I don't know this
stuff?
game.
Well, you could... it's not like I'm hard up for cash anyway, but just in theory. Oh,
Sell them wherever your heart feels right.
I'm not a bad trainer, they guess.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't be more help. I've just...
That's
like,
okay.
I've beaten the first gym, which in my case was the fire?
Sorry, I had to briefly tune out if you were like waiting, if you were looking for answers to things. But also, like, I think I've gotten through like 2 or 3 gyms in this game, and then I lost motivation to play all video games, and then I haven't played anything except Hades.
Fingers.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's a good game. And then I haven't played that either for a bit, so I'm just vibing.
Vibing good.
Carry
Don't
on.
you fucking vibe in my ears?
Alright, so just to give you an idea, Mega Glalie Pokedex entries in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. When it spews stupendously cold air from its broken mouth, the entire area around it gets whited out. Ultra Moon. The power of Mega Evolution was so strong that it smashed Glalie's jaw. Its inability to eat leaves Glalie irritated.
What?
So
Wait,
just
so like
mildly
Mega
irritated.
Evolution turned it into like a breeding problem, like pugs? Like they Mega evolved it so much that it became like a genetic problem?
That's most Mega Evolutions. Absol! Normally, it dislikes fighting, so it really hates changing its form for battles. That's Ultra Sun.
Oh god. Wait, but why do they have separate Mega? Like, where do you see the Mega Evolved Pokedex entries? Because you can't have them Mega Evolved outside of battle, and you can't like look at a Pokedex in battle. How do they like? Where are those from?
I think once you Mega Evolve them in at least Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Either that or this is just a data mine. I don't know. Never used Megas because the moment I read these, I was like, I'm never using Megas again. But
I just don't...
Yeah, because that's so sad. What? I mean, there's a lot of Pokedex entries that are like a little bit sad. Hey, want to hear a wholesome one instead? Want to hear like one that I like? I gotta find it. I really like Salamance's Pokedex entry.
oh gosh, Salamence is precious.
It's so cute because it
every gem.
Yeah, because it evolves from like a Pokemon that evolves from Pokemon that like don't have wings or anything, and so the explanation is just like, as a result of a long-held dream of growing wings, it said with this powerful desire, it triggered a sudden mutation in its Pokemon's cells, causing it to sprout its magnificent wings. It just wanted to real bad.
Hexagon hops off the cliffs. That's why it's got such a hard skull, because it really wants to fly.
Oh my god!
That's why Shelgon evolves into this like hard shell because it got more and more protective. And then Salamence is like, well, evolution finally smiled upon this one.
You just sprout wings out of that metal shell like a cocoon.
You're electric. Why are you using mud on my ice cream?
I may not be a bug type, but I'll fight my way into it anyway. And the moral of the story is, if you try really hard, you can change Spider-Man it. Mutate.
Oh, I'm making myself sad reading all now. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Read happy ones. I'm gonna go through and look at random Pokedex entries and see if there's anything interesting.
Go for it. I'm gonna really quickly pull up Caesar so that I can be really sad, and then Pinsir so I can be really happy.
Sea
Why
sauce.
would you want to be really sad?
Please give these.
Why
I don't
would
think
you
I've
wanna
read
be
those.
really sad?
Caesar. I think it's Caesar. That's the one I'm thinking of.
And you know that if Alex were here, he would say something snarky in response to that.
Okay.
Why not?
Ultra Moon. It's better at beating things than grasping them. When it battles for a long time, the weight of its pincers become too much to bear. Ultra Sun. It stores the excess energy from Mega Evolution, so after a long time passes, its body starts to melt. Okay, now to the happy things. Now to the happy things.
Oh no!
I think this is the happy ones. Okay. Ultra Sun for pincers. After Mega Evolution, it becomes able to fly. Perhaps because it's so happy, it rarely touches the ground. Ultra Moon. It sits around at blistering speeds, looking for an opening to... Oh, that's morbid. But, like, it's, like, really happy. It's really happy, so it just flies around a lot. I think that's really cute.
That's really good.
Like, it might look horrendously angry, but it's adorable, so...
Sorry, go ahead.
I still agree with the headcanon that the Pokédex entries are just because the people filling them in are 10, so they're just forcing their headcanons onto these Pokemon. Like, does Hydreigon really destroy the world? Does Tyranitar really eat an entire mountain for lunch, or are you just projecting?
The 10,000 degrees Kelvin stuff really starts to make you question, yeah.
You know what's one that's really fun is like Araquanid.
Yes.
Is super weird because like it'll be like in the different versions of the same like pair of games. It'll be like, okay, Sun version is it delivers headbutts with the water bubble on its head. Small Pokemon get sucked into the bubble where they drown.
Ah, like Pikmin.
But then but then in Moon, the Pokédex entry is, despite what its appearance suggests, it cares for others. It finds vulnerable, weak Pokemon and protectively brings them into its water bubble.
Yeah, isn't that sweet?
And then like,
if you think about it, maybe, oh, it's small and weak. Here, let me take it in. Food for later. But
yeah, but then it's interesting because like it seems like it might actually be different interpretations of the same thing because like in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Ultra Sun is like, you know, the bad one again. It's like if it, you know, if its belly is full, it'll store subdued prey in the water bubble. But then the Ultra Moon is, it has a habit of storing things it values in its water bubble. If its trainer doesn't watch out, Araquanid will try to put them in its bubble.
It just really loves everyone.
See, I'm just mentally stuck on like there was a Tumblr post that I saw on Instagram, as you do, where someone was talking about how they're not a big fan of the phrase. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that phrase either. What?
Is that?
No, I'm
is that a fucking?
kidding.
Is that a spritzy? What the fuck am I looking at? Anyway,
the other one.
Oh, Swirlix. You see, I don't know French
Slurp
Pokemon, but anyway, they were talking about the phrase spinal fluid and how they're not a big fan of it, and that's fair. And they had this mental image of just like attaching like a tap to the base of their spine, just tapping on it like, "Come get y'all juice," and like that's now what I'm picturing Araquanid doing.
Oh no!
Oh my god! I do remember really liking Gen 7, like Sun and Moon's Pokédex entries, because like when they were kind of hyping up Sun and Moon even before they came out, they were like releasing Pokédex entries, and I remember I just like really liked the lore that they were releasing. Like I feel like I do really like how Sun and Moon kind of feel like they expand the world more. They have more like and integrate it more. What do they do with Lapras?
You know how in every single gen there's a really depressing story about how Lapras is being hunted to extinction?
Oh god, yeah.
And in every single gen they keep, like, they're still hunted to extinction. By the way, they're still hunted to extinction. So in Sun and Moon,
they are extinct. This is just a hallucination. Asshole.
Oh, no. These Pokemon were once near extinction due to poaching. Following protective regulations, there is now an overabundance of them.
Oh, that's so good, though.
So cherished, there's now an overabundance. The fish Pokemon population has declined in waters with too many Lapras. I think that's amazing.
That's so good. And I love that. I love that as like continuing the lore, you know.
Like similar.
That and really fierce because they didn't repeat anything. Every Pokédex entry is new.
Similar energy
Yeah, it's
to
really good.
similar energy to how like with each passing generation, Snorlax just stands more and more up. Like Gen 1, flat on his back, and by like Gen 7, I think just nope, on his feet. Like yeah, gonna fucking fuck people up and then take a nap.
Yeah. It's really weird. And then it's back on its back again with the Gigantamax form apparently.
Yeah, because you got a whole ecosystem on there. What happens to that ecosystem? Where's that tree go?
Oh, that's horrifying. I ate it. I ate it all.
Oh no.
And for the no people asking, I caught the Swirlix and named it after Latvia 2018 because Eva was just really sweet. And
Good boy.
and I'm going to name this Dottler after Birgit Egenale from 2013 Estonia because she had really nice eyes and Blipbug does not have nice eyes, but Dottler, or Beetle, you notice the eyes.
You said Latvia 2018.
I meant
Did
Lithuania.
you mean Lithuania? Yeah. That's what I was thinking because Latvia 2018, that was Laura Risotto.
Stoffel! And yes, it was a very good song, utterly robbed, to deserve the final. I will punch people over this. I might punch you on like the leg, the hip, an unexpected body, maybe on the fist.
That's good. That's just a fist bump, but like,
Yeah,
good try.
maybe on the palm of the hand. Where I go in for a fist bump, you think it's a handshake, and we figure something out.
Sandygast and Palisand are very scary.
Oh gosh, yes. I love them.
I think I remember like those were some of the ones where the lore was released early, and I was like,
If it hugs you, you're dead. Oh, wait, no, that was Stuffle and Beware. Sorry, I'm.
Yeah, that's-
Pardon the delay. I'm over here. I just caught
they
Stuffle.
do actually use Beware like accurately. I think in the anime where it's like Ash comes up and sees a Beware, and it's like making that like squealing noise, and it has its arms out. And he's like, oh, like you want like, hey, are you friendly? You want a hug or whatever? It's absolutely not. It's like warning him that it's going to like kill him if he comes closer.
Very protective mommy. It's horrifying.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah.
Sandycat. Son, born from a sand mound, playfully built by a child. This Pokemon embodies the grudges of the departed.
Well, that took a turn.
Moon, it takes control of anyone who puts a hand in its mouth, and so it adds to the accumulation of its sand mound body.
I like this. God, I like this one this one for Ultra Sun for Palisand, where it's like it's really weird because it's like a hive mind, but not, because it says each of its grains of sand has its own will, which is like, that's such a like, you're just, every single grain of sand is individually possessed. Palisand eats small Pokemon and siphons away their vital essence while they're still alive.
Hello, person in chat. Oh, it's an Applin! And also, this guy's face is just like the embodiment of the Spider-Man 2 pizza music.
Welcome to Canon Pokemon Horror, and hello to Cook Stewart.
Pizza, pasta, shove it up your butt.
I love the Applin line.
The Appleton is adorable, but I also like Flapple as well.
Yes.
If you build sand mounds when you're playing, destroy them before you go home, or they may get possessed and become sandy cats.
That has gotta be like a children's story that like every child, like, that is a safety mantra. Like there is a lifeguard. There are like lifeguards whose job it is to like at the end of the day go like kick and flatten every single sand.
That's less lifeguard, more
Sand
death
beach.
guard at that point.
The night guard.
Ultra Sun, it likes the shovel on its head, so Sandygast will get serious and fight any children who come to take it back.
No, sweetie, it's gone now.
There was a Drifloon over here, and it's gone now, and I'm sad. I wanted to steal an entire balloon and make it my own.
Tie a string. Float away. Buried beneath the castle are masses of dried up bones from those whose vitality it has drained.
Oh, worm?
I also like in Sword, it's Palisand is known as the beach nightmare, like capitalized beach nightmare. It pulls its prey down into the sand by controlling the sand itself, and then it sucks out their souls.
Why?
That reminds me of is it Dusknoir or like its evolution or something, like one of those guys, I think, because it hang on.
I know Drifloon kidnaps kids. Hang on.
Yeah, it is Dusknoir.
Oh!
It has a particular. Maybe I miss. Maybe I was thinking of something else.
Gen is Drifloon?
4. Drifloon is 4.
You can just like Google them and then go to the Bulbapedia.
I'm really lazy. Scroll through the list.
Oh, do you have? Well, then Control F. It's even more lazy.
Oh, that's right. That's a good point. But I don't want to have to use the keyboard.
What are you using?
A mouse and a scroll wheel. Okay, now I can
Oh, valid.
see the keyboard. There we go.
I got
What?
one of the fighty boys, except this one's a girl.
Okay, you're making me read through these now, and I don't think I've ever read this before. The antenna on it. This is Dusknoir. The antenna on its head captures radio waves from the world of spirits that command it to take people there? What is going on?
So there's, what is it, like freaking like Giratina down there? Not Giratina isn't even in the spirit world, but like just imagine Giratina being like, "Shh, hey, like get that guy." Like,
I crave souls.
Over.
Though, it reminded me there of, there was, I guess it counts as an expanded dong, of the, like just a load of random bits of text from like various Pokemon games. Like, you know how there's that one with Bowser Jr. that just says, "Stop drawing my dad's penis," but then like the Y is from Mario Teacher's typing, but then they used P from something completely unrelated, and they're like, "Hey."
God.
First of all, certified legendary post, but there was something that was very similar to
That
that.
is my favorite. That is such a good post.
Good, as it should be. There was a similar post, but it was just like this sort of deep-fried image of Giratina, and the various text attached to it, like the same sort of like ransom note sort of cut and stick letters. What's the matter, big boy? Never had your dick sucked by the void before? Hi, I'm going a slutty void for Halloween.
Okay, here's a fun weird Pokédex entry that I've just found for Dusclops for Black and White. It seeks drifting will-o'-the-wisps and sucks them into its empty body. What happens inside is a mystery.
Cool.
And that's just it. That's just it.
Why?
Its body is hollow.
Alex is back.
Said that those who look into its body are sucked into the void. Hello.
Hello?
Oh no.
He has returned from bed, or wherever it was he went.
Or P.
No, it was food.
Ah.
So PEA.
Actually, no. Peas weren't among them.
Remember,
I'll be right back.
Men who cook carrot and pea in same pot, not sanitary.
She sits among the cabbages and peas.
What? Why would you pee in a pot?
Well, it's better than doing it into your hands.
Which begs
heard the
further
expression
question:
of pot
why would you
cooking?
pee into your hands?
To catch it.
question. Why would you want to catch it?
Because sometimes you just don't have the letter P lying around and need to communicate it somehow. Oh, that would rewrite Paper Mario a bit, wouldn't it?
Oh dear. And also, just throw the ball, and Greta's just like, ask me if I give a shit.
Just standing there so proud and happy.
And look, you got a Togepi to do your work for you. Are you proud? Here's my ass. Well, you're a fun one. Hello, tiny Togepi. You have given me ball.
Oh, I really like that.
Cute.
Togepi.
Oh, it's carrying on top of its head.
Boing, 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 boing.
Well, where else? Are you saying you'd pee on a Togepi's head? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Well, it is like a cup, so you know it could.
How?
The
Why
w-
in the?
the-
How
it's
how does your
it's-
brain work?
The world is a cup. It holds things.
This answers nothing.
It's so hot down here, and I'm so thirsty. Pee all over me. And
Oh no! It's fucking idiot hours. Oh, a bag of dilditos. Haven't seen one of those in a while.
Raunchy.
I'm flapping my arm to make the fire flapple. Ha ha! And
Flapple the apples.
flapple your own ass.
Flapple
Oh.
will come later. We'll get there.
Will we though?
Not if you go with Apple time.
Apple done. Apple done.
Appleton is good boy. Appleton is best boy. I will hear no disagreements there.
I thought the evolutionary item required was a version exclusive thing.
Is it?
It is.
Oh my god, I hope not.
I think because this is sword, I can only get flapple.
What? Hold on. Oh no.
I have been called to do an errand, so I will be going for now. If you're still around when I'm done, I might join back, but if not, then have a good night, folks. This was
I
very
thought you
fun.
were about to say have a capitalism.
Don't have capitalism.
Yeah, I prefer to avoid that if possible.
Don't have a
Yeah.
cow.
We already
Have
have
fun.
enough.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yay.
have a good one, folks.
Yeah.
Go on, hit me in the face, Greta. I know you're dying too. Good girl.
Okay.
Oh no, it is version. What?
Tragedy struck.
Oh no. Well, that's all the more reason to get Shield, I guess. No
I
wonder
have
I'm.
Shield.
I've been
Good
very
thing that's the version I'm playing.
for a long time, but this is Oh, that's unfortunate.
Funny thing, my aunt actually got me both Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Like, she got me Shield first, and then for Christmas she got me Pokemon Sword. Like,
I mean, good.
I mean,
Now you can get Cursula and some Zacian. Zacian.
See, I specifically wanted sword, but that's just me. Even though, like, just like with Black and White, my favorite of the two is also the objective worst of the two. Because because like, White Forest just works better than Black City for reasons that Chucker Conroy explained, and fucking, I'm playing Sword where all of the good friends are dead.
The dream has died.
Oh, that's so sad. I can't believe that's version exclusive. Who the hell decided that was a good idea?
Game Freak?
Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. I greatly dislike this factoid. Wow.
Shit sucks.
Would one of y'all mind double checking that the stream sounds okay, because there's rarely anyone in the chat to verify this, and I worry. I want people to be able to hear us.
I think it sounds fine.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I have anything worthwhile, does it?
Yes, you do.
Talk. Do more talking.
I unmuted the stream for a bit, and it sounds fine to me.
Yay.
Yay!
Hey.
Oh, Jeremy's learning how to suck.
Okay. Cool.
He's forgetting how to tentacle, though.
Oh, he can't perform hentai. What?
Why do you sound disappointed about that?
Not as innocent as she claims?
Question mark?
Who said I was innocent?
Fair. I don't think we need to go any further down that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex.
Also, Mickey found an entire hyper potion.
Yay!
Pog.
Yum.
What is it with you and naming zigzagoons after Spanish people?
It's a recurring trend. I wanted an obstagoon, and Drifloon rhymes with obstagoon, sort of.
Oh, that's weird.
Because Tess can't resist the obstacle.
Who can?
Why are the NDDs gender exclusive depending on version? I'm so confused.
Because reasons.
And apparently Stonjorner and Ice Cure? What? What? Why?
Why not?
The fact that Laura has an ice cube gives me hope for being able to get a Stonjourner of my own because they're just so deliciously derpy.
I only have an ice cube because I traded with my sister.
Oh.
If there's a design thing I greatly enjoy in games, it's creatures that look like they have exactly 0 brain cells. like the flying rooster from the Link's Awakening on Switch.
Yes.
No thoughts, head empty, heart full.
And also the chickens from was it Slime Rancher?
Oh god.
The boy! My boy! My boy is growing. Awoo!
Stick, if I give up my ass and tuck the sadness out.
I don't know any other Kiss songs. Tess, you'll have to fill in for me.
Oh, don't worry, I don't know them either. Also, was it Gen 5 where they started saying ta-da instead of poof?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough, because it can be viewed as a, you know, it can be problematic.
Oh, if you say so.
That reminds me of how in Ocarina of Time's French translation, the Deku had their name changed to Mojo because Deku sounded like a Deku, which means of the ass.
My favorite is still the movie Jaws. In the US and any other English-speaking place, it was called Jaws. And then the second film was called Jaws 2. In any Spanish-speaking places, it was La Tiburon, and then La Tiburon Dos, so The Shark and The Shark 2. But then, for some reason, in French, it was Dent de la Mer, which is Teeth of the Sea. And then they called the second one Dent de la Mer Deuxième Partie, because Dent de la Mer 2 would sound a little too much like Teeth of the Shit.
Oh man.
The unfortunate thing as well in all of this is the film Teeth. I've never seen it. I don't intend to see it.
Aren't you looking for it on DVD? Like
No.
every time I come to visit you?
No.
It's so good, Tess!
I see if they have it in the shops that we go into, so that I can specifically say, someone brought teeth in. Because, I mean, I'm horrified. And the medical term is vagina dentata.
And here I was thinking that you just wanted to avoid it just because it was like Sharknado levels of bad.
Oh no,
I
no.
mean, Sharknado's entertaining because it was written to be. It's like disaster movie, but good.
And Teeth is a disaster movie in a very different way.
Yes, exactly. I love it though. It's like the.
Of course you do.
Look. Oh boy.
We've already established that Heather's tastes are not conventional, shall we say?
Look. After all that Godslayer Bowsette art I sent you the other day.
Or I was content with just Godslayer Bowser. Though I realize
Of course
saying this
you
doesn't
were.
do me any favors.
I will say that the animation that they gave him makes him look very junky, very dad bod, very good. But
Oh well.
I'm just happy that
Also-
fans have like gone into the beefy lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, and I think someone pointed this out in another chat. Me and Tess frequent, but they gave him pecs.
They gave him what?
They gave him pecs.
Titty.
I'm terrified now.
Loudly googling. Godslayer titty.
Oh.
I mean, it's not like Bara level titty, but
Oh no, but that's the fan art has taken that to a whole new level now. Tess, do you want me to send you like bodybuilder Bowser baby?
I've not even received such images. Probably because you think I'm too sweet and innocent.
Hello everyone, I am bodybuilder Bowser baby.
Vegevita vitamin, and it tastes great too.
it's only too bad that I wasn't around when you made your pocket monster grow. Cause Heather's an expert on such subjects.
How dare you?
Why is this Toxel wearing a nappy?
Why isn't it wearing a nappy?
And she just gave it to me!
Oh, that hurt.
It's a real shocking Pokemon.
Why does he have pecs? That's so stupid. I can't stop looking.
Why shouldn't he have pecs?
I mean, fair. If Bowsette's gonna have, never mind. Oh dear.
Anyways, that as I recall, Toxel levels kind of slowly, and it only evolves at level 30. So,
Oh, I forgot about the EXP candies.
I love
Yeah.
magic, baby. You're very cute.
yeah.
Tell me about what Pokemon I should leave. Which ones should I abandon permanently? Which ones should I turn 360 degrees and walk away from? See,
Yeah, but if you're putting them down, turning 360 degrees means you're facing them again. So
That's-
And you'll walk all over them as you leave.
that's the joke. Is that or moonwalk away from them? Slide to the left.
Slide to the right.
Oh no.
Oh, Mickey's a big boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lavender Lacquer.
Oh, I've opened the door to jobs.
Yay!
My
Hello?
favorite. Multi-purpose
Welcome
fabric
to
lab.
employment.
Yeah, I think this is like you can leave them there for the day, and then when you come back the next, they'll be done. They've gained experience and such.
Works for me. Yeah, soon Moo gave me water.
Yum.
Hum.
Who moo gave you water? Oh,
It's ooh fresh.
what's ooh fresh about a potato?
Exactly.
Thanks, what kind?
One Pokemon with a little dash of horror. So I
Is that what it
guessing
said?
Ghost type.
I didn't actually see it specify.
Yeah, it's in the description.
I was looking at the description. Like, is there any way of checking the description from here?
I don't think so. No.
That is so shittily designed.
Yeah. Just
Mm.
like Gen 8. Nope. Promise myself I'd stay positive while I'm here. Otherwise, we would have filled 2 entire stream sessions now with me just complaining about this game. I know how to be positive. I just ignore all the things I hate more than anything.
Multi-purpose. The fuck does that mean?
Multi-purpose. It means many purposes. I don't know. What?
Has many arms. Get a Machamp in here, yo.
Right, and... Wait, do I have to select 4? I thought it said up to 4.
Yeah, I think you do.
So be it. I'm gonna send 2 spooky ones, and 2 that will just beat the shit out of people. And whole day is fine because these streams are a week apart.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if your DoorDash was delivered by a balloon, a possessed squash, a bird that will punch you in the face with a vegetable, and a feral cat, you'd say that's a bit horrifying.
Mm.
Oh, God, Meow looks so weird from the side. I never saw that before. That's horrifying. What is that? Like, I know everyone's made the Balchinian joke by now, but that's horrendous.
One thing I do remember, and it's another case of disappearing art. But like seriously, there have been 2 pictures I've tried to send to Heather, but they've just sort of poofed out of existence for some reason. But
Oh dear.
But another one,
Oh, well?
I've not been able to find it since, is there was this, like, there was this, like, comic where it was, like, there was a Galarian Meow, possibly a Berserker, and I forget what the other one was. There was another, it might have been an Obstagoon, and the former says to Letter, hey, make him do the face again. And the Obstagoon's like, okay, fine. Turns to this Toxtricity. Hey, Toxtricity, what's 68 plus 1? And then Toxtricity goes, oh, it's, he does the face. You know the face?
Yes, the face.
Wait, why do you need a Rotom in order to ride a bike?
Oh, that's fun.
I don't.
Is it like one of those like electric bikes you don't have to like pedal?
A motorbike?
I think... Go ahead, Alex.
What were you gonna say?
I think there's a lore implication, but I don't want to spoil it for Tess, so I'll let it play itself out, and then it'll be like, well, you see. Anyway, go ahead.
The bike eats you. Hold on. Watch out, Tess. Toxel levels really slowly. Gain 6 levels in a single battle.
That's. I thought it leveled more slowly than that.
Well, it's also level 1, so it's kind of catching up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess in a few it'll be on par with the rest of your Pokemon.
Thievul looks so just elegant, and then there's Mickey who's just like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
And that tongue.
Blah, blah,
Clack.
blah, blah.
I love
Crack.
that they made a whole line of Pokemon just based on kids. Like who does that? Like, was there ever like a version of that for like, this is all based on baby metal? Like, do we find out after all this time that like, I don't know, Mian Xiao was the baby metal Pokemon or something? Because like,
Turns out it was actually Pawniard and Bishop, and just its reasons we will never understand.
oh,
Why?
baby metal, cute.
Oh, I did. That wasn't even what I was going for, but sure. And
Baby
and
metal.
and also, why are they called Pawniard and Bishop? They don't look like chess. Oh no.
Oh no?
I mean, they look like the actual things, right? Although, that said, I have always enjoyed my Fakeamon of, like, Queen Edge and Strike King that are just, like, fully evolved forms of them. I quite like that a lot. Give Moo a second for a Bulbapedia search.
Also, I like Sableye's animation for Astonish because it does just remind me of Boogity Boogity, I'll scare your dad!
Have you seen the animations of, like, Pokemon Battle Arena or whatever it's called, with Sableye getting hit and it's got the whole It's like really cute the whole time.
I have not seen that.
Oh, I'll have to pull it up at some point for you. Because it's good. It's very good. Let's see.
My word, they were trying to steal my bike, so to stop them from stealing my bike, I'll give you my bike. Do you want your bike or not?
Well, according to Bulbapedia, it does look like a pawn chess piece. Although I
No.
highly disagree. I highly disagree.
There's a game on Steam called Hang the Kings, and that has some really like funky-looking chess pieces. At least, I mean, they look nothing like chess pieces, but they still look more like chess pieces than Pawniard and Rotom does. Rotom definitely doesn't.
They're apparently supposed to be based on Japanese bandits, which are in a certain kind of armor, namely like samurai armor, I think, or Ashigato armor, something like that.
Huh.
Weird.
Oh, I can do speedy things. I was hoping that I could just do wheelies. Wheelie! Why can I see Hammerlock from here? That's not until like ages away.
Oh, they're based on shogi.
Oh.
So the chess was probably the best translation they could come up with that wouldn't sound really weird. That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
What?
I understand.
That's what I say to that.
Yum.
No! And for some reason, you're reminding me of the goddamn fucking the whisper challenge. You know, put your ass in my pants and turn around and beat me.
Something force fisting the Power Rangers or whatever the fuck.
Lesbians have a machine-powered penis machine.
I get that. I like that a lot. Oh no.
And now to
Surprise.
stab a sheep.
Unexpected dildo.
Oh.
What?
Okay.
Heather, I worry about you sometimes.
I worry about me too. It's all right.
We all worry about each other.
Yeah.
Yay, friendship.
Yay.
Yeah.
Would you believe that it took me about 70 years to realize that, like, Trumbeak and Toucannon evolved from Pikipek? Never made that connection.
Good job.
They don't look anything alike!
I mean, like,
They're birds, that's about it.
Yeah, that's fair.
What do you mean Rookie D doesn't evolve into Lucario?
That would make sense, though. I would love to see that. Rookie, Riolu, Lucario.
Also, I love how, like, I've accidentally been getting an insane amount of mileage out of Urius when, like, I didn't actually think I'd be using him that much. I thought he'd be one of the first to leave the team, and yet here he still is, several evictions later. It's like the goddamn circle, but with Pokemon.
Hi, Tess. Hi, Heather. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Hi.
Halix with a capital H.
Effort was made, okay?
Reboot!
Effort was made. Philly G just knows Alex as the other Canadian.
Fair.
Well, it's my girlfriend.
See, I know another Canadian as well, so Alex is Canada Prime to me.
Yeah.
Every one of my Pokemon is an ace! This is no problem at all! I haven't voice acted in a while.
Hey, sorry.
His rabbit is going through puberty.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Something, Rabu. Something.
He's going into his edgy phase.
Pops.
You know, Score Bunny, Pew Bunny, Cinderace.
Oh, jeez.
But that sort of implies, yes, a Dynamax Cinderace and just between the legs just a fucking forest. You know, Pew Bunny. Anyway, voice at last. You've gotten strong, Tess. Seems I've got to train even harder from now on. What? I swear he was about to kiss me on the cheek. You can't do it. Stay 2 meters away from me, sir. You will never not be loser hop to me.
Social distancing.
Next up is Nessa, the leader of the water gym. I'm gonna leave mid-sentence.
Nessa.
Well, good thing she's a water trainer because damn, Alex, you sound thirsty.
Yeah.
When does he not, to be fair?
Where the fuck are you going?
Nessa
Meow.
brings out a lot of thirst in people.
What do you mean, where
I'm
the
told.
fuck am I going?
Oh, did you see that Eldegoss just kind of drifting on the wind? Like, I'm just going over here.
I'm sailing away.
I'm eating old men.
What? If only for a day. I'll eat an egg.
Cheese. Ruby.
Ah.
Fun fact, I went to the same high school as at least one of the band, the Kaiser Chiefs.
Yay!
Hey.
I don't think I was there at the same time as him, but don't mind that. Don't sweat the details. It's like that. There was that thing on Twitter a while back that was like, what's your most like obscure claim to fame? And mine was just, I was mistaken for Croatian in the same room as Sanna Nielsen. Like it was full of people like deliberately badly describing their like that you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And I think I was there for you for that moment as well.
Yeah,
I was
because
mistaken for Cypriot.
yeah, you were accused of being Cyprusian.
Cypriot.
Oh, now that is a tail you could use as a paintbrush. And the permablep. Wait, did you say that the Toxel evolves at 20 or 30?
30.
Okay. It's fine by me.
Do you know which one you're gonna get yet?
I do not know yet. I have not yet checked. And now
Yeah,
I'm going to punch
yeah.
this blonde person.
Yeah, check its nature.
Not until I get to Hulbury. But imagine just... Hold on a minute. I'm still on the phone with you, but you might hear the sounds of a child beating me up in the background. Don't worry about it. Get off the dang roof! Allow me to punch you with my face. Krogunk, I challenge you to a face battle.
Punch you with my face, also known as a headbutt.
I was gonna go for a kiss, but yeah, you know.
Okay.
Why are you okay with that? Smeech.
I'm not aware of the context. That's why I'm okay with it.
Oh, I finally understand what the glittery people are about now.
Yeah?
Has anyone noticed Kate's glittering? I think I'm probably the only one who's actually seen that YouTube poop. But still, oh no! Nugito is here.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to voice him last time.
Do it now.
Well, it's not real.
Do it now. Fingers.
Also, right, I meant to look this up and then I forgot to. What's the name in Pokemon XD of the place where the lighthouse is? There's like something port, something harbor, something like that.
Jonosei.
Oh, okay. Toxelis, baby! It's like Fuckadooby Harbor or something like that. I don't actually remember. I know, I'm finally going to bother checking the personalities of my Pokemon because I've not done that in at all. Oh, Greta is comparatively naive. And we did not meet in August. Also naive. Naughty. It takes plenty of... Well, I'd imagine it would take plenty of siestas. It's a fucking slowpoke. Somewhat of a clown. Jeremy is a naughty boy. Where does he put those mittens?
Oh, wow.
And Mickey, timid but stubborn. And we have... mischievous and hardy nature. The Toxel is.
No idea, then.
Yeah. We have a hardy Toxel.
Hardy is amp form.
Cool.
Ooh. Good, that's the one that doesn't look weird in battles.
I like them both.
I love their designs, but because of the angle that battles are shown from, most of the time bass Toxel as opposed to guitar Toxel looks, or a Toxtricity looks a little bit off to mouth.
Our sincerest apologies. The chairman is quite busy at the moment. Everyone, please disperse. Please leave now.
Let's leave. No need to rush off. I can still do more autographs. I'll even give you my Pokemon League card. Chairman, you are supposed to be single. We need the support of our fans to keep doing what we're doing. Chase them off like that. Only being a bit too harsh, Oleana. Fans are very important, of course. That's why you need to keep doing your work for their sake. We cannot make our own. These are the only people who can make rice wine.
Okay, I finally get to voice Nagito. I promise to do everything in my power to assist you too, Chairman.
Oh, and you were some pauper?
Bead, sir.
That's right, Beetroot. I dare say I'm impressed how far you've come since I gave you that Pokemon all those years ago. Will you be the one to win the gym challenge? Or perhaps it'll be one of the trainers endorsed by the champion?
I will prove your faith in me was well placed, Chairman. I won't lose to nobody. Anyway, I will be on my way now. Happy trails, y'all.
I won't lose to anyone, he said after losing to you.
Ah, your name was Tess, right? We were just talking about you and how I'm the only one with a lady name and a man body in this region.
Also, why is he pot-belly and also underwear?
The underwear is really throwing now.
And Lozzie, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, why did B-Day sound like a country bumpkin?
At Heather's request.
Yeah, I specifically, when he asked what voice should I give to Hop, I was like, the most Flanderized British you can, and he has performed admirably as always. And then when the subject of Bead came up, I was like, fucking just make him sound American. And this is Tess's American.
I admit I'm curious about Leon's reasons for endorsing you. I just had a good idea, as I tend to do because I'm fucking brilliant. You're gonna face Gym Leader Nessa soon, yes. If you get a gym badge from her, I'll hold a celebration. I'd like to get to know you a little better after all.
Sir? No. Chairman, we really should be going.
Please do your best. Ganbati Kudasai. I'm so cultural. Yes, Chairman. The Chairman will be heading to this town's seafood restaurant. Win the gym badge and join him there at once. Do not keep him waiting.
Well, fuck you too. I'm going to do a bunch of sightseeing, and you can go legally brain dead due to lack of oxygen from choking on my ass.
Okay, May.
Crimes! I'm gonna have a look around Holbury, and then, I don't want to stop because we're having a good time, but I should probably wind down. Balls!
You know, I really should wind down. Balls! Large, full balls!
Yum. Like, that's a reaction, Alex.
Meow.
Well, I'm gonna buy one brackets, one lax incense, because I just distinctly remember that you need that to get a why not? And I want to say it's either sea or wave incense that allows you to breed Manaphy to get Fiona, but I don't even know if that's in this game, so Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey.
Baba Booey, let me go.
I was hoping you'd pick up what we're throwing down. Also,
Fingers, fingers.
Fingers, Christmas dingus.
well, you can cram this dingus.
Oh, jeez.
Yum.
Oh. I'm riding a bike. This reminds me of Silage City, because you can ride a bike on the road and for no other reason.
Fingers, fingers.
I'm gonna ride my bicycle.
Oh, no.
What? What's so no?
The owls are pregnant again.
Oh, no.
What's wrong with pregnant owls, Tess?
They're supposed to lay eggs. That's not how pregnancy works. Right? Or is it just that owls are conveniently the one species of bird that doesn't lay eggs because they made an under-the-table deal with the platypuses? Or platypides, to use the correct plural.
What?
What?
I don't know. I'm gonna Google this now.
The great Greek philosopher Platypides.
Now, who should I give the ringy-dingy-ding to? I'm thinking Urius for now. I remember how hard... Like, back in my day! The effort you had to go to acquire a shell bell because you had to go through Shoal Cave in Hoenn and gather some things. And it felt earned, and now I just trip over one in the street and it's like... I'll give you to my ice cream.
Nah.
Love how there's just one person standing at the dock of the bay, just shouting Chairman Rose at the. Oh, just went into a house. Don't mind me.
Fingers, fingers.
Oh, this is like this is what's on the other side of the door in fucking Moss Deep City. Is it? Yeah, Moss Deep City. The house that has the door.
The house that has the door.
You know the one.
Every door.
No, you know the one, the phantom door that exists for no reason, and even if you chingle the game, you can't pass through it.
They were sent to the Phantom Door.
No.
The scary door.
I'm back from Googling, and owls do indeed lay eggs.
Fingers, fingers.
Why does no one mind that I'm just patronaling into their houses?
you're asking this now in Gen 8.
Fingers, fingers.
I don't know. Like, you must be like a really good lockpick or something.
Kokichi Grandma!
Oh no.
I got a Hull feel, which is the experience of going to the city of Hull.
Yeah.
I've never been, so I wouldn't know.
I don't think I have, but I think my late paternal grandmother may have been from there? Or adjacent to there? Or Jason and the Argonauts? Or punched and cunched and kicked a bit too, and kicked a bit too, and chicken bits too.
So the second one that you listed there, what was that? One more time?
Fingers, fingers.
Is that the equivalent of a girl being punched in the dick?
Whoa, no, no.
Where?
And the one on the far right is the female.
Behave, Alex. I was trying to figure out what Tess was saying. I was like, what?
That's not what fists are for. Oh. If a gym leader is too weak, they are fiscally penalized for it. Ooh, there's an entire train. Luckily, it's not mine.
An entire train?
At least I assume it is.
You know, as opposed to half a train.
A complete coffin. Why, children, are you hanging out at a train station?
Why not?
Why not?
Ah, Luigi.
They're the same
Wow,
character,
Luigi,
right?
number one.
Yes, completely different from, well, Luigi, number two. It's... Tell me it's not been done before.
That's perfect! I don't know super much, but when I do... Holy shit!
Excused?
Holy shit, aka Brown Rage.
I mean, like...
Amaterasu! Nani shiteru no ka? Amaterasu! Tomare kudasai!
Okay.
Garash. Anyway.
Amaterasu-sama! Yamete kudasai! Poop. Poop.
What the fuck, kid?
I disappeared! Okay, the Nessa voice from that one. I'm gonna try and do the Vine voice. I can't guarantee anything.
You must be a gym challenger, right?
How did you know?
The new challenger is so cute.
You smell like one.
You become something of a hot topic among the gym leaders. Please tell me you're not Scottish.
Oh no, she's Scottish.
Exactly the thing I'm thinking of.
Let's head to the stadium. I love fishing, but I love Pokemon battles even more, and I'm itching.
Caniston. Caniston Duo. Good for Thrush and whatever else ails you. And her number is 049. O'49. Why?
That's swim is the pun there.
Ah.
I have the whole list right in front of me, so I'm like all prepared to be your gal in the chair.
Yeah.
Now, is this for holding on to while you wipe your shoes, or is it just to put a bird
What?
on?
mm,
Or is
that
it
sounds very involved.
or is it the thing that you have to shove through yourself in order to get onto the train? Because that didn't have a crossbar.
I think this is maybe one of the first areas where you can catch, what is it called, Aracuda?
Funny you should mention.
Look at that smile.
He's so happy.
I'm a fish. Fiscus, Fiscus!
What if you have a really goopy slime Pokemon? You could say it's Viscous, Viscous!
Oh, jeez.
Sounds like you're saying biscuit.
You know, have yourself a cookie.
I laughed so hard I steamed up the inside of my water bottle.
Oh, jeez.
Good job.
Now, Lozzie, who's the smiliest woman to have ever been in Eurovision?
I was going to say Polygenova, but I feel like you've got one named after
Yeah,
her
I named Toxel after Polly because rock chick.
I'm trying to think.
Do, 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 do.
Alex, that's not helping.
What about Bianca from Electro Velvet?
Yes.
Sounding good, sugar.
I was trying to think, what was her name from... I was thinking, did we have any female singers? There was that one from Electro Velvet. I can't remember her name, though, so...
5 entire net, but there are so many bubbles. There's an illegal surplus of bubbles here.
No.
Well, anyway. I'm going to step into Christmas, and by that I mean the gym.
Step into Christmas the first time together. We can watch the snow fall forever and ever.
I've never heard it, and I don't much care for the title because it sounds so contrived and silly. And also,
Hey there, thanks for rolling by to have a chat with your mate, the ball guy. Wake me up.
Go.
that too.
Save me. Call my name and save me from the nothing I've become. If you manage to catch a Pokemon using your fishing rod, then it's time to use the lure ball. It's the absolute
With a
best
name
Pokemon.
like Nessa, he has to be good.
Pokeballs are just full of smuckers, don't you think?
Anyway, on that note, well, on the note of face down, ass up, that's the way we like to yuck. But enough about me. So I've just saved, so I'm going to save a second time. And I think, bearing in mind I've been going for 3 1/3 hours, I'm going to save a third time because I don't trust the first 2. I think we should probably be winding down. So...
Us wind down? I highly doubt that.
Well, I mean, it's not impossible for me, but...
It's not unusual. But, yeah, so, I have been working to be the Hexagons that Tessellate. I'd be willing to bet that at least one of you have forgotten that this whole thing was streamed anyway.
I'm SuperOx641.
For some reason, I thought that was Heather doing an impression of you.
That's the second time this stream!
I'm not Super Alex 641.
I've been Europe Scalaway.
And somehow, all 5 of us, and a guest, this is like that one time where there was that doctor guy who accidentally killed someone during surgery, and the infection then spread to both him and an assistant, making it the only operation in history with a 300% mortality rate. That was this stream. Wow. Everyone died, including people who weren't how come we never? How could we ever? Why can't we slice that pie?
It happened to me!
I've made my mistakes.
Oh no.
Oh, good night, everybody.
Bye.